Good evening. Hello. So I said to this horse, right. Well, that works. Hello, Lord. I need to... I don't know. Let's get the guitar. So, brother, hello. Somebody wants to come into the room. Should I let them? Should I? Fine. I will allow them. Can't hear you, Stu.
Yo.
Hello.
Ooh, flipping out, that's so loud. Hold up.
Hello!
Shit. Good God, right, I'll turn that off. Wow, that was so loud. That blasted my eardrums.
It's alright.
I never know which way to move my camera, so I'm more in the middle. Oh, there you go. No? Yeah, I'm more in the middle. Kinda.
So, brother, how are you and the wife doing? Tell her I said hi. Is there something I should know, soul brother?
Is there something I should know?
Name the tune.
I don't know. I didn't know it. But,
That was Times Like These.
Oh, yeah.
By the Foo
Times
Fighters.
like these.
Here we go. Name the tune.
It's times like these. Times like these.
Name the tune. Here we go. Next one.
Okay.
Anything?
Not really.
It's the chat now.
I'm not getting it now.
Does the chat now? It is. Yep, Tenacious D. Scott Patton was the first person.
Oh,
Lebo 85.
Should have known that.
What else have we got?
What else have you got?
I don't know. There's
What have
easy
you got?
ones. There's easy
There we go.
ones.
God, I went dark then, didn't I, when I put it on my desktop? There you go. I'm all bright again. House of the Rising Sun. There is a house in New Orleans.
What about um?
I don't know what that is.
Ooh.
I feel like I do know it. I'm like, it's one of those where I feel like I know it, but I don't know it. You know what I mean? Oh, is that? Oh, I do know that.
What is it? Ian Williams, hello. That's it. But
what's it called? I want to say Greensleeves. Is it Greensleeves?
it is Greensleeves.
I was just trying to think. That it's like one of those songs from yesteryear. I mean, a long time ago.
Huh.
Soaked in bleach.
Soaked in.
Come as you are.
It is come as you are, yeah.
As you are, as you were.
What about this? Oh, here we go. We'll keep going.
I'm doing quite well here. I'm doing well.
Forgot the next chord, sorry.
I do know that.
You know it. You know
I
it.
do. It's like Name That Tune, this, isn't it?
Well,
I'll name that tune
it's
in
not,
one.
It's not like it. It's exactly it.
It is Name That Tune. Oh, God.
What is it?
I want to say it's not Breakfast at Tiffany's, but it sounds a bit like that, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Hello, cookies. Yes, yes, yes.
I don't know. I do know, but I don't know.
Oh, you can play it a different way as well.
That face when I'm...
All right, you can do it like this as well.
This is trouble when you get old. I can't remember any of this stuff.
Oh, how do you play that? Oh.
No, I don't think you are lefty. Is it just your camera that's flipped? I think your camera's flipped, is it?
Yeah, I think it's flipped. Oh, Duke's here. He's probably been here for like 7 hours.
Oh, man, I know that.
See if Duke gets it.
Is that from Flight of the Conchords?
No.
I'm standing in. I don't know what the song is, but I recognize the melody.
Yeah, I do. I'm the same. I know it.
Yeah.
What
up, fam?
Trying to work it.
I don't know that that's helping me.
I'm trying to think what the bloody first line of the song is.
Ready?
Oh, sixpence, none the richer. Kiss me. Is it Kiss Me?
No.
Oh.
Everybody's talking
at me. I can hear a word they're saying. And the trouble on my mind.
Change the lyrics.
Everybody
Stu
stop
keeps
and
talking at
staring.
me. I can't hear a word it's saying.
Guess I'll fold my laundry then.
Some games
on my mind.
about VR.
I'm trying to figure out what the bloody chorus is. The sun keeps shining.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Rain. I've still not got to the title. My soul.
No. Uptown girl. Been living in her uptown
Did
world.
you have a blankie there, Duke?
You sound real
I don't
quiet,
know.
Jimmy.
What is the song called?
Am I quiet? That's an issue
Yeah.
for you, I think.
Uh-oh.
That sounds like a
But
Duke
Sue's not
issue.
quiet.
No, I'm not quiet. I'm never quiet.
Now, Stu, does Chinny sound good to you?
Hello?
It sounded really loud before, so I had to turn him down. What is the song title, Chinny? For God's sake.
Everybody's talking.
Is that literally it?
Yeah.
Huh. Who knew? Yeah, you've gone
Yeah,
really quiet all of a sudden.
I don't think I can adjust your volume.
No, you were loud before.
Me?
Now you're quiet.
Sounds like a...
Maybe he adjusted himself.
No, I don't
Yeah, what do
Because
you
he didn't
do?
wanna
What
be
did you
too
do,
loud.
Chinny?
Oh, you know what? I think Zoom gets a bit weird when you start playing music. He's like, "Are you playing music?"
Oh, is that copyrightable?
No, I think it just goes into music mode or some shit.
Oh, there you go. You've gone louder again now.
Is that why? I think.
Copyrightable.
No, I think it just goes into.
Sorry, I was
how am I
starting up
now?
our YouTube stream.
Yeah, I was going to say I had an echo.
little
I'm like,
better.
what's the echo? Ah!
Am I okay?
Right. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
fine
that's
now.
good.
You've gone really loud now.
It's
No,
because
it's not really loud. It's fine. It's a good
No,
volume.
I mean just normal again.
it's because when
When I say really loud, I mean normal.
when I
No,
play
but it
when I
was
play the
quiet
guitar, Zoom goes, "Are you playing music? Do you want me to change the audio settings for you?" So
Okay, well,
Play
we
a
got
bit
it
of
sorted.
music.
That's great.
not allowed to have
Everything's
loud music.
fine.
Right, are we ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Chinny?
yes,
Let's do this. Then.
Okay, we're ready.
We want Chili Willy.
Yeah, we're about to start.
We want Chili
Hang on a
Willy.
second.
Can we cut the condescending crap and play the game?
We are going to play the game.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Let's start the
Here it comes.
motherfucking show, bitch.
Oh, come on. Let's do it. The Veteran Gamers podcast is not for children.
Yo, to the veteran gamers. Choo Chinny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that news, reviews, and an indie pick.
I won't change my mind, 'cause I don't have to. Because I'm an American.
Here comes Duke with the soundbite save.
Homer, there's a man here who thinks he can help you.
Batman?
No, he's a scientist.
Batman's a scientist.
It's not Batman.
It's the veteran gamers.
Are you seriously talking about video games? How dare you?
Oh, I need your advice. Yeah, I got this friend named Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo.
That's the worst name I ever heard.
Hi, Joey Jojo!
Hello and welcome to episode 589 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 589. What's up, people? I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
hello, and I'm Chinny.
Chitty.
We are not military veterans, people. We are veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Thank you, Duke. That is right, and we are also streaming live on YouTube and Twitch.
You're welcome, Chinny, and thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
for the
I thanked you
musical
first.
interludes.
Thank you to everyone who's in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have people
Even
in the
before we
chat.
get going,
We
have
got
people in the chat.
Deck, Lord, Sue,
What's up?
Trite, It's a Stinky
That's
Poo, Ian
Oh.
Williams,
Pick it up,
Scott Patton, Lebo,
Lord
Soul
and Lebo,
Brother.
Stinky Poo's in Twitch.
Lots of people.
Ah, so many people. I'm doing my laundry here, people. So you can
Duke's
see me
doing his
folding my
laundry.
shirts.
Duke's doing his
Yeah, why
laundry.
not?
Deck, can I say, Deck is asking about the artwork behind me.
It looks like
behind
you murdered
The
an
Jackson
octopus.
Pollock original.
I did. No, well, here's the thing, right? There's a bit of a
Oh,
story behind
fucking
this.
hell. You
Oh,
have to do
snap. We're
that.
already into
Okay.
story time. How
See,
about
Uh,
Favorite time. It's story story time.
Millie and I made that when she was about 5 or 6,
Yeah.
I want to say.
That looks right.
Okay.
Yeah, we did a bit of a Jackson Pollock type effect, and we just
Yeah, it
went
does
and
look
got
like a
loads of
Jackson Pollock.
paint samples from the B&Q. And the biggest problem making this was trying to stop Millie from standing on it on the floor when we were making it outside.
Nice.
It's like, no, don't stand
That's
on
very
it.
cool, though. That's
How-
a lovely
how old was she?
Gesture to do with your.
She was probably about 6.
Ah.
About 6, I reckon, at the
Aw.
time. So it's been there a long time. Yeah, we just got a canvas.
And is she still proud of it, or does she look at it and she's like, I think.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Actually, it worked really,
It is
really
very
well.
cool.
It's quite a cool piece of artwork, and we got some really good colors. There's some like metallic paints on there as well, so it's.
It's a
kinda-
good thing you went abstract because
sparkly.
when kids are going for realism, they don't really do very
Then
well.
you
with
have to
that,
lie
so-
to them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
not
know,
at
right?
6,
That's a great
anyway.
drawing of a dinosaur. I don't know
It's
what
you,
supposed to be.
Daddy. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm a dinosaur. So.
So yeah, she did really well, and it's still up. It's still up there after all
Well
these
done,
years.
Millie and Stu.
Yeah, that sounds hard to believe that's been 15 years. I want to say.
What up, people?
15
How's your
or whatever,
how's your
14
week
years.
been?
God.
Everybody, tell us how your week's been. Put it in the chat. We want to know.
How's your week
Yeah,
been?
how's your week been, Duke?
Yeah, SLH is also folding laundry. Awesome. Funny you should ask. We happen to have a story here at Chipmunk Hill.
Uh-oh.
But first, I want to say I'm putting together a memorial page on VG Hub
Oh,
for
yeah.
Gary Lever, who is the man. We love him. He was a great dude. So if anybody out there who hears this has any like you want to write in and send me an email or tweet at me or send me a DM on Twitter about like how you met Gary, what games you played with him, what you know, things you remember about him, just memories and stuff. I want to put like just everybody's recollections and some photos, and it'll be a cool way for us to kind of pay tribute to our homie. So yeah, do that.
Yeah.
But while we're still on VG topics, by the way, Duke, because I'm an awful human being, forgot to ask you.
Yes, you
this.
are. You're an awful.
I mean, we all knew that.
Yeah.
That's not new.
Fraser was asking. I should ask you this privately, really, but I don't really care. It's the only time I
Hey,
talk.
dirty laundry, clean laundry, it's all good.
The only time I talk to you is on the show. So,
Well, if only we had a WhatsApp, we could communicate.
Yeah, who knew?
Oh,
So-
Chitty's too important to communicate.
Yeah, he never replies, does he? I always reply.
But yeah, you said like Tara on the
Terrible.
family group chat. He's like, you never reply. You never reply.
Never reply.
How about you step your goddamn communication game?
No, I
Oh,
read
yeah, you
it.
direct-
So, have you seen all the cute pictures?
Oh, I
of
read it. I'm just too good.
Yeah,
There's-
you
there's
direct
always-
stuff at Ginny. Now it's me who replies.
Our family group is basically adorable pictures of our niece Talia, and that's what it is. And I check in to see the latest pictures of Talia, and then I don't read the rest.
Well, why not give a little aw or whatever? That would
Yeah,
brighten
no.
people's day.
Anyway,
The point is, I wore my chin pin this week, and
I saw
so
that.
in classes,
yeah.
I had the chin pin on, and I know I'm gonna get to your question in a second, Chinny.
Yeah.
But I had the chin pin on, and so every class I was like, dude, check it out, I got my chin pin on, and I was
Chin pin.
thinking people would be like, what is that? Nothing, nobody.
no one.
So I had to instigate it, and I was like, isn't that cool? I got a pin with Mike Chin on it, and of course I'm expecting them to go, who's Mike Chin? And I'll be like, what? You don't know who Mike Chin is? How do you not know who Mike Chin is?
And they didn't give a
But
shit.
again, nothing, no response, no
They
laughing, no,
gave
huh?
Nothing.
Yeah, they may have been Googling it because sometimes they'll do that, but
Hey, Googling it. Mike Chin, who is this?
they
thing?
might have. There might have been a spike in Google searches about Mike Chin. So
There
anyway,
might have been.
yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Chinny. What were you gonna ask?
So Fraser wanted to ask me to ask you
Oh,
because
God.
you're kind of in charge of the VG Hub website.
Yes, I
This is
am.
like when you ask out a girl at school when you're about
Right.
14.
Check a box. Do you like me? Yes or no?
Yeah, can you
Um,
ask me like Tracy
yeah.
for
All right, go
me?
ahead. What's the question?
Go on,
He said,
what's the question?
why don't we make a VG Hub Twitch channel?
Oh,
would be
And the
great.
idea is that we all rota ourselves in. No one's obligated by law, but it'll be semi-regulated. You know what I mean? It's like, well, if you're not gonna,
Semi-regulated.
I think that would be awesome. As soon as people start goddamn tagging me on Twitter, then we'll talk about having a Twitch channel. But if I can't get people to commit to any kind of twitting or updates or
Twitting?
anything through that, yeah, twitting.
Twitter it. Twitter it.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I'm playing. That's fine. I'm totally into that.
okay.
yeah,
So the idea is that if you're one of the VG Hubbers, you either say yes, I'm going to contribute, or no, I'm not. And then if you are, you say, well, I'll do one a week, or I'll do two a week, and you pick a slot, or we have a Google Doc, and that's where it's at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't mind that. I mean,
Right, so you got
I can't commit to
this
organizing
thing.
it.
You gotta commit
No,
to
no,
it.
I think Fraser's up for
actually commit.
organising it. I think Fraser's
Okay,
happy
okay.
to do that. He just wanted.
fine.
He sees you as the kind of the holder of the key, as it were, for VG Hub. So
That's fine.
yeah, I knew you would say that's fine.
He's a VG hub
right.
holder.
Anyway,
that's
so
that.
here's the other story.
Yeah,
There's
go.
another story
Okay,
here
go.
at Chipmunk
Another
Hill.
story.
Okay, right. We got us a riding lawnmower. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's
oh,
a
yeah, you
beast.
did.
There's
Wow.
pictures on the show notes, Chinny. So if you want to
Oh,
show
okay.
some pictures
Yeah.
of the Duchess on this beast,
will.
we're calling it. I can't remember what the name it is.
The Beast.
No, it's not called the Beast. She called it. Hang on
She-Ra.
a second. I have a post. Yeah, here we go. Kaunashi. Anybody know what Kaunashi is a reference
It'd
to?
have to be something clever, didn't it?
And
Yeah,
it,
it
did.
couldn't just be
It
the
was Doll
Beast. I mean,
Duchess's
the
choice.
Beast was fine.
No, not for Duchess. The Duchess chose Kaunashi as the title. Anybody out there in the chat know what Kaunashi is a reference to? There it is.
No,
She's
let's
on
play.
it.
No,
It's No Face from Spirited Away.
Oh, right, okay. Long time since I've seen that film.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It is a good
And
movie.
yeah,
You've
so
got
anyway,
so
yeah, we
much
bought
land,
this
dude.
thing.
You've got so
There's
much-
so much land.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how long does
And
it
that's
take
just
to
like-
mow that lawn?
Well,
Flipping
that's
heck.
the thing. She's been going for like 2 hours now, and she's got maybe a third or a half of it done. So like, yeah,
Wow.
she's hardcore with it. But my favorite photo is the last one when you
She
see her
looks
face.
very, very, very pleased in that last photo.
You got this look on her face. And she's like, wow, and it is fun. Like I took a turn on it. Like it's
I took a turn.
it's fun to drive it around. Like, and you know what I realized too is that like, because when we went to get it, to do a test drive and stuff, she was very hesitant and very nervous. She didn't want to obviously go too fast. You know how it works. I sat on it. Like I got it right away. And I think it's because there's a lot of video games where you drive a tank with thumbsticks.
Mm-hmm.
It works exactly the same way, right? That bar that's in front across her lap, that's two things. And you push them both forward to go forward.
Yep.
You push them both back to go in reverse. And you push, turn by going, pull back on one and push forward on the other.
Push forward on the other. I get you.
Exactly.
That's why I think I'm pretty good with the drone, is because of video games, basically. Because you just like, it's just like games, whatever.
And I could probably ride a horse pretty well because I play a lot of Red Dead. So it's like,
I imagine so. You just
Shoot
turn
a
the
deer in
left
the head
stick and
easy.
the horse does what it wants.
yeah. I just hit the fourth mouse button and I calm it down.
Yeah.
And I can feed it an apple.
Very
So
nice,
anyway,
very nice.
we've been driving around, and the Duchess is like,
can
she's
I-
got a meeting at 4, so I'm thinking after the podcast, I might go out and mow some more.
Have
Yeah.
a go.
Still
Can
light out.
I make a suggestion, Duke?
Go ahead, make a suggestion.
No, I'm looking. You know, we live in this COVID world where you can't go on a holiday properly and all that bullshit, right? What you could do, because you've got so much land, you could put up like a teepee in the end of your land,
Nope,
right?
not doing that.
And
That's too
pretend
much work.
you're glamping and
Nope,
just go
I'm
and
not-
like pretend you're
Pretend
on
I'm
holiday.
glamping. Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend to be on holiday.
It's like you
That's
being
okay.
on holiday, but you're not on
Well,
holiday.
I am on holiday because I have the day off, so that's enough of a holiday. I don't need to pretend like I'm out somewhere else.
You could just go to the end of your land.
Duke,
and you'd be
I've got a
fine.
question, Duke.
Yes, what is it a real question? Is
Yes, it is, yeah.
That was
Yes,
a real
it's-
question. What's the matter with
No,
you?
it wasn't. Shit. I've got a genuine question. So you see this picture with the lots
my
of
underpants?
lots of grass here.
Yes.
What
right.
what are you growing?
Well, I purposely cropped out all the plants. So they're just off the side to the left there's a whole lot of plants. And she is growing asparagus. She's growing kale. She's growing lettuce. She planted an apple tree. She's growing carrots. I mean, she's planting all the stuff. And so she's going to have a huge harvest in the fall. And she's
Well,
so
just-
hardcore. I have so much respect for her.
I have well, we've
That's right. You set up a greenhouse.
you
Mara.
think you've got a farm.
Oh,
Well,
Challenger
see
coming in.
change.
Challenger coming in.
wait till you see this bad boy. Where
Let's
is
have a
it?
look. Let's have a
awesome
look.
Where is it?
Yeah,
Where is
she
it?
I can't
built
wait.
it,
I'm
so,
so
like-
excited.
I'm
It
so
is.
excited.
It took a long time to build. I have no idea where it is. Where's the
It's
picture?
on Tara's Facebook page, I know.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's for Discord stuff first.
Oh
this
god,
week.
yeah, we better do that. We've
So
got
as soon as
questions.
Oh,
we get
yeah.
done with the story
Yeah.
time, gardening.
Well
shit.
reminded, Derek. We're
Yeah.
doing all that. Shit.
Thank you.
Wario cheese!
God, we're terrible, aren't we?
Yes, awful.
No, speak for yourself.
Oh
You
yeah,
didn't have your
I found
pictures
it.
ready to go.
No, I found it. I
I
found
came
it.
correct.
I found it.
Okay.
Right. So, you think you've got a farm? Look at that bitch. You
There's
know.
a bit of a delay on the stream.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I
Well,
can't see
let's
it yet,
pretend
but-
I timed it
yeah,
perfectly.
Right.
That's looking
Oh,
impressive.
yeah.
You know, that is
That
wow.
is something.
It is
What's
nice.
going in that? Can I ask? What are you
Vegetables.
planting? I get that. What sort? What are you planting?
I don't know anything.
Which-
It's not me. It's Tara's thing. She said she wants
Has
to
she made a
grow.
plan? Has she planned it out?
No, she just wants to grow stuff. She wants to grow. Her brother's getting
There's
into
a lot
growing.
of planning for something of that size. I've got to say.
Sometimes you can, but your first time through, sometimes it's just fun to play around. Like your Minecraft house, you don't need to make a plan necessarily.
No, she's just gonna stuff. She's just gonna get little plant pots and ram shit in there and see what grows. I think.
I like the ram shit in the approach.
That's
I like that.
an Alan Titchmarsh
Yeah.
tip.
What you need to do in the spring is ram shit in there.
What you need to do is ram shit.
Ram it in. Ram all that
Look,
shit
it's
in
the
there
U.S.
and you'll
Go
be
Congress. I
fine.
made this logo. Isn't that nice?
That's nice.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
We should talk about
It's not
fucking
great.
video games and shit, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah,
really-
let's talk about
Discord.
video games, like
no,
what we've been
Discord,
playing.
Discord, Discord.
and shit.
Discord. Discord.
Discord.
I act like there's like 500 questions. There's only like 2 questions or 3 questions.
There
isn't
is,
there?
there
We've
is.
been delaying it for 7 weeks, so we have to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. What's okay, we'll start with Susan. Sorry. I was reading it. We've had like 3 weeks to read it. Sue had a question. She says, I saw Stu on Friday night doing his DJ sets. And then Only 2 days later, he seen that his beard and hair had grown several inches. What is the secret to lustrous locks, Stu?
It's totally true. My hair, it actually grows really quickly. It's mental.
Mine's the same.
Yeah, about every 3 to 4 weeks, Millie has to cut it. Otherwise, honestly, it just grows.
Well,
It just grows and grows. I shouldn't complain because I've not really got any grey. You know, I'm nearly 50 with no grey hair.
That's
which is
pretty good. I'm
grey
already
hair.
going grey.
Gray
and it's still
fine.
pretty thick. You know, I've still got pretty thick.
Have
hair.
you got
As for
any grey hair, Stu?
beard? In my beard, I've got a little bit.
Have you got any in your head? On your head?
The odd one.
Really?
I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any.
That's pretty good.
Any lots of grey.
That keeps you
I get the odd
youthful.
ones at the
There's nothing wrong with
side,
having
you know,
grey hair.
Yeah, we had an agency girl in the other day at work, and she thought I was in my 30s, so I was like, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
I'll
And you
take
did
that.
not disabuse her of that notion.
No, I did not disagree. I was like, I'm totally in my 30s.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, yeah. I said the words today. I wonder what I'll do for my 40th. That's what I said today.
Nah.
How old are you now, Chidi? What age are you?
I'm 35 now,
Right, okay, it's 5 years
but I'm
to go.
36 September, so I'm 36 this year.
Ooh. Doesn't it, where's he gone? I mean, I remember coming to your house for the surprise 30th appearance, and that just seems, I don't know, so long ago
Like
now.
6
It's
years
just
ago.
like- yeah, I know. It's like,
No way.
it also seems like
Slow
a
down.
blink of an eye, though, as
Yeah.
well. It just seems so not that long ago.
I remember-
Time keeps on slipping.
I remember hitting
Doesn't it
30
just?
thinking, wow, I should know stuff now. I should know how to do things.
Y'all thought we were talking about the Discord.
But we're answering the question. But I grow hair ridiculously fast as well. So, but you can see my hair, Stu, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty long. Yeah.
Yep.
I think I might keep it like this.
Well, it's easy. I think it suits you. I have to say, you do suit the curtains.
Well, I used to have curtains in the 90s when you were allowed to have curtains.
Like we all did.
Yeah, well, like we all did.
Like we all did.
But it's kind of come back, hasn't it? A little bit. A little bit. So I'm gonna go to the barbers, but every time I go to the barbers, it's just packed. It's just random.
I know. People
so
have gone.
I'm gonna have a bit of a
Crazy.
trim. I'm gonna have a bit of a trim, and
Crazy.
I'm gonna trim the sides and the back, and I'm gonna kind of keep it like this for a bit. So I was gonna grow it Jesus again, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep it
yeah.
like this.
Very good.
Okay.
Interestingly, talking of people going batshit crazy to get their haircut, in Burnley, which is near where I work, there was a picture in the news, and it was on the Monday morning. You know, when everything opened. You
Yeah.
know, everyone went fucking lost their shit.
Primark opened. Everyone went mad, didn't they?
Fucking lost their shit. But there was a pub and the barbers in the same row.
Mm.
And there was just this enormous queue for both. So there was
Yeah.
a picture of obviously the huge queue. This was for like 9 o'clock in the morning. So people
Yeah.
were queuing up for the pub at 9 in the morning
Yeah.
and queuing up obviously for the barbers to have their haircuts at the same time.
Yeah.
Just people are just
This week has been a big week for the UK, Duke. Like things have been opening
Yeah.
again.
Well, that's you appreciate them being open because they were never closed here, so we don't have any appreciation.
So we can now go to a pub outdoors. In the freezing cold, we can. Barbershops and beauty salons are open, so it's a big
Yeah.
week. And also, of course, the biggest news is that the snooker world championship started
Yeah,
this
it's on.
week as well.
It's on.
And
Has it got an audience again? Is there an
it
audience?
was actually in the news this week because it is the first sporting event to have an actual audience. 25% for the first round, then 50%, then 75%, and then for the final they're going to have 100% attendance.
Yeah, and everyone has to be tested though, don't they,
Everybody
before
has
they
to be
go in?
tested before you go in.
And people are gonna be like, I don't really like snooker, but I'll come because it's like what
That's
else is there to
exactly
do?
what
And
happens in
snooker's
this
response
country.
is, yeah,
That's
that's
exactly
if
what
that's what
happens.
we got, then
Yeah.
I was
People
actually
will
looking
turn
at
up.
like tickets and stuff, and it's almost like sold out already. So
It will be.
yeah. Okay, so Martin said Miracle Grow as facial cream. I don't know what facial cream you're talking about there, but Fraser asks a video game related question. Are you
Oh,
ready
we
for
like
this?
video
Okay.
game questions.
Hit it.
He says, "What is the most bang for the buck game you have played?" We'll start with Duke. Bang for the buck.
Well, see, it's tricky because my bang for the buck games are Skyrim and Rocket League because I've played them the most.
Yeah, and
But-
paid, not a lot.
Right, but I don't know if it's fair to call those bang for the buck games because they're not designed necessarily to be that cost efficient. You know what I mean? Like that's my way of playing them. So I mean, whatever. I think.
I think that is the question
um,
though that you have played. I think that still applies
Well, yeah,
to you.
okay, that's fine. I don't know. When I think of games that I got a lot for a little, I mean, obviously the free games are, big up on that list. So, Knights of the Old Republic is a free MMO in the Star Wars universe, and there's a lot of content there for free. Yeah. So I think of games like that.
I think for me, it's probably Call of Duty Warzone. I think that is a ridiculous package that has given me so much enjoyment that is absolutely free. Now, I did pay for Call of Duty when it came out, but the fact that it didn't actually cost any, and I know some people that have played it and they've never paid a penny. They haven't even bought the COD points or whatever you can buy. They've never paid a penny for that game. And the thought of paying money in any way to Call of Duty Warzone makes them vomit. But yet they've enjoyed it so much. But I think overall, if I was to think about it as just not taking my bias out of it, I think Fortnite probably wins because it is free. And the genius behind that is because that all the kids could play it. It's friendly enough. It's massive. It was one of the biggest games in the world. Rappers on there do concerts and they get people turning up.
So suppose we were to leave aside the free games, like what comes after that?
Yeah, well, game that you paid for.
I think it'll be close to, either like Red Dead 2. I think Red Dead 2 is probably there. It's ridiculous, that game. Like
That's true.
How much is in that game that I don't see, and it's a double-edged sword in a way because of how good and detailed that game is. Rockstar, every time they release a game, they have to top the last one they did.
Yeah. And
by doing that, they fall into the kind of Valve complex. Valve kind of, they got so big and they feel like the next one they've got to challenge themselves, and then the bubble bursts and they implode, and where do you go from there? And the only way you can go is it takes 10 years to make a game. That's like the only way you do that now. And Red Dead Redemption 2 was it a 9 or 8 year cycle to make that game, which is ridiculous. And I've got to wait 8-9 years for every one of those games now. It's tough. No GTA 6 in sight, but what you get is bang for your buck. What you get is an amazing single player,
updates to the online,
constant updates to the online. So
I'm okay with that. Like I don't mind that. And so that's the tricky thing though, because like I'm waiting for the next Elder Scrolls, which who knows? And I don't really care about Elder Scrolls Online. I don't care about Fallout 76. So when game developers are shooting for that model, it's again, like you say, it's a double-edged sword, because if you're into it, like with Red Dead, then keep it coming. But if you're not, then it's like, where's the thing I actually want from this studio?
It does feel like the online MMO, since Destiny, every game's tried to get an MMO.
Yeah.
It does feel like that's kind of collapsed a little bit though, because of Anthem shitting itself.
I hope so.
Of the Avengers game,
but that's always the same, isn't it? Someone comes up with something innovative that no one's done before, and then you get all the wannabes that come straight after, and some of those stick and some of them don't. Some of those do all right, and then
but from a business point of view, the question is what's going to make you the most money, because shareholders don't care about like what sticks, what's art, what the players want. They want to know what's going to make money.
And MMOs was a good.
If the free model makes more money, then they're going to go for
MMOs was a good money maker, wasn't it? It was a good. People liked them, but I never liked them. But whatever. So Stu, bang for your buck.
For me, I guess the only real game that springs to mind is The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Just because I played so much of that game, I just played and played all the DLC and.
How many hours?
It's probably about 150 or so, I guess.
That's so interesting. I already got 189 on Red Dead 2. Like
I know.
You're the type of gamer. I'm not giving you stick. I just think it's interesting that like for you, 150 hours is a lot, and I'm.
That is a lot. I mean, compared to what I normally play games.
Yeah, right. Sure.
That is a lot for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it is quite.
The other one, I think, what we haven't mentioned that we did play this week is Minecraft. I think Minecraft is.
Yay, Minecraft.
Minecraft is one of those games where.
You can lose a lot of hours doing nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we
it's not doing nothing, man. It's building
doing
mandalas.
Well, yeah, it's pointless, really. But
Oh, like The
interesting.
Witcher 3 is not pointless.
It's
No,
all
no, I
pointless.
mean-
If you break it all down, Stu, it's all
Yeah,
pointless.
it's all pointless.
But that is that a good link to talk about Minecraft now, Stu?
Yeah, shall we talk
shall we
about
do
that?
that?
Let's do
So
that.
thanks to the
Yes, sir.
Discord.
Really?
Whoops. Oh, shit. I should have started a new tab.
My
bad.
favorite time.
What the hell? I'm
Wow,
doing
what-
all the
Oh
things
my
wrong.
God.
I'm so bad at
Oh,
everything.
Wow, my ears are bleeding.
Let's do ready play.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That was like a montage of all the clips you've got.
Yeah, it is.
God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Minecraft. I've not played this game in many years. Not
Yeah.
like since it would. I had it on the Xbox 360.
Because you weren't on this server the
Wasn't
last
it?
time we went nuts.
No,
with
it's Xbox 360 because I've never owned an Xbox One, so that's how
we
long
got
ago
Stu
this is.
back into the mix.
Yeah, and we talked about this because this was when someone was just I think it was Parsnip Nose, wasn't it? It was one of them was just leaving the 360 on 24/7.
Yeah.
Oh, because that was
so
the only way
people-
to have a server.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. So
back
people
then,
could jump in and
yeah.
out of it. Yeah, it's mental.
Man, we've come so far.
We have
So
come
nice.
so far. I couldn't remember how to play.
No.
So I get in the game and Susan's like, "Come here, you have to get in a minecart." I'm like, "Okay." So we're trying to.
I
figure
was
out the
struggling, to be
minecart.
honest, Stu. I was
Oh.
struggling. I
Trying to remember. So anyway, the minecart eventually came, got in it, off I went, and then there was a rogue chicken in another minecart,
the chicken.
which hit the one I was in and sent me back all the way to where
Yeah.
I'd come from.
Yeah.
Just like, what is going on? So eventually we got to where we needed to go and met Susan in a lovely little gaff, which I've got to say is very cool.
Yeah.
You know what our server could use is like some signposts. We have a few, but not very many.
All
And
the
so
train lines are signposted.
Yeah, they are. Totally
you know what? I haven't seen signposts on those train lines. I mean, they may be there, and I just didn't see them. But I feel like for new users,
there is.
we could
There
definitely be more
definitely is.
user friendly. Okay.
We
Yeah,
could
there's like a
definitely. No, I
station.
think there's room to improve.
Especially when people spawn in and they're like landing on the top of some building. They're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Like, we could have a sign that's like, welcome to the server, this way to leave the roof.
Yeah.
Leave the roof.
So we, the VG Hub server does need a bit of work. It is not perfect, but
It's a great server. though.
there's plenty going in there. If you wander around, you'll find lots of stuff.
Yeah.
When you start on the hotel, you will be confronted with the Statue of Trinity.
The statue of
that'll be
Trinity.
the
I
first
got the tour. I had
You got the
full
tour.
of the Trinity tour.
Again, the statue's not complete. It's not. It's still in progress. But we had a mission, didn't we? We had
We
a
did.
thing to do, and the thing to do was to build Stu or get Stu started on a house. So
Yeah.
there was me, Stu, Sue, and Lewis. And
He came on very. I've got to say, you lot are just demons. I mean, Christ Almighty. I mean, I went to steal sand from somewhere, and because obviously I wanted loads of glass.
Yeah.
And came back and just like because I decided I was a bit ambitious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it now. I was ambitious. I saw these two mountain peaks, and I was like, I want to build a house on top of one of those.
yeah,
Grand
'Cause Why
Tetons.
wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
yeah.
So yeah, it's good. I mean, it's a pity. Can you go into the server now while we're talking, Ginny, and just show how far we've got? Because
I could get that going. Yeah, I can sort
yeah,
that
shall
out.
we do that while we're talking?
Yeah.
So yeah, we did. We started building, and then I came back, and bless him, Lewis had started building my picture window that looked at the sun rising, which was beauty. It's beautiful in the morning.
You basically had a load of minions doing. your
Yeah,
shit
everyone's
for
just doing stuff, and I came back, and also there's suddenly all these chests, and people just putting stuff in them for me. It's just great. I like going back, and it's like someone had put a sign up with stuff in. Yeah, you just keep on building shit.
But it's so vast. There's train lines going everywhere. There's a lot of stuff in the server. So if you want to join the server, it's up and running till August at the moment. And I've just clicked it, and it's just said that it's unavailable. But I think that was just a thing. Yeah, so it's up till August, and you can jump in and build something in there. You can check out what people have been doing. If you want
come
in,
on
just
down, people.
join our Discord, and me and Sue are going to be in there. You're going to show up again, Stu, you gonna pop in, try and
Yeah,
work
no,
on your
I've been
house?
in a couple of times over the weekend. I've
Oh, have
added
you?
some more
Oh,
stuff to my house.
oh, have you? What have you been
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. I've been building walls, putting windows
Oh,
in.
really?
Yeah, I've been doing all sorts of stuff.
It's a proper house now.
XJ Rider left a load of wool for me, so I've been making use of that.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, I've got lots of coloured wool, and apparently
It's a
there's
lovely
a
red room.
Yeah, I've got a red room. Apparently there's a sheep pen somewhere with lots of coloured sheep in to go and get your wool from. So
That's probably mine.
Well, I've honestly, my farm there's some mass inbreeding shit going on my farm because it is.
Well, yeah, every farm
The fences are just bulging now. They're just full of animals.
Yeah.
No room. It is like a battery farm. My farm. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I need to manage that. But cool.
But yeah, here's what happened. So yeah, Lewis was bless him building this straight window for me, and I came back and like, I don't want a straight window.
Oh no.
No, I've got
window.
a vision. I've got a vision, man. I want an angled window, like going outwards.
Yeah.
And then we realised this is not easy to achieve.
No, 45-degree angles are not easy in Minecraft.
No, but Chinny kind of worked it out. But the problem was, you kept falling through the panes.
It reminded me of, you know, when they build those skyscrapers in New York and they're just walking on the beams, and it's like that, really. But I kept on falling off.
Kept on falling off. But I must admit, you'd made more progress when I came back in, so you had done a few more.
I done a few. Yeah, I did a bit more. I stayed around for another hour and added a few more sort of rows and things. Yeah.
It's not easy though, but you know, we don't need to do too much more. I think we need maybe another 2 or 3 rows on that, and then we're going to have an angled roof on top.
Oh, I wasn't aware of the angled roof.
Yeah, so there's going to be an angled roof from the back to the front, and then this is the next. I've already started building the guest wing. I'm going to have 2 bedrooms on the other side. So guest wing has begun, but then what I'm planning to do is then to build a bridge across to the other peak, and that's where the extension's going. So we're gonna have another
man. He's going nuts
little house
building.
over there. And I'm thinking, and I don't know whether this is possible, but I want some sort of turret. You know, some sort of turret on the other side.
Okay.
You know, quite a high tower turret type.
Okay.
Of round. Can you make round? Can you make something round?
I mean, you can. There's a circle generator you can use to.
See, Duke is the best person to ask about.
Use a bunch of blocks.
He knows all this shit.
But I mean, it's not going to actually be round, but it'll be round in the same way that, like, you know, Pac-Man's round, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Not really.
It's round
Well,
in a blocky way.
Yeah, I'm not bothered about it being blocky because it's Minecraft.
Okay.
So I'm in the server now.
I mean, look, wait. When you come to New Timor, I have a great gray ball of fire, right? That's round.
That's round.
It's
Okay.
spherical, in fact.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of round thing you can make.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll have to have a look at this. Ooh,
Yeah.
Chinny's, you've got a long way. You're gonna have to.
I've got a long way to go, so
You've
keep
got a long way
chatting.
to
So
go.
it's all right.
So
I'll
yeah,
get there.
Matt, do you know what though? It's a long time. Like I said, it's a long time since I've played this, but it doesn't take long to get back into it.
I mean, we were playing for what, 3 hours?
Oh yeah, longer than I'd even realised. You know, the time goes so fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I only had very basic. I mean, Chinny told me there's just walked past the sign. There was a lot of arguments on who owned what bit of land there, weren't there, Chinny, I believe?
Yeah. It was. It's a you know.
Is there a minecart here? This is a question.
No, I've got one. It's fine.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. He carries his own minecart.
You got to rock one all the time, you know.
Yeah, it's an important thing to have. I've realised in this game, to have carry your own minecart at all times.
Yeah.
Because what you don't realise is how far people had built away from stuff.
Yeah, I think
for,
like some people like to build close to other people, you know, but most people's natural sort of instinct is to build far away for some reason. Like that, right? I'm gonna go for get away from me. Yeah.
Well, we want space to spread out in. I think is the big thing.
Yeah.
And it's very frustrating when you start mining and stuff, and then like you run into other people's tunnels that they've mined, and it's like, oh, great, they've already gotten all the resources.
That's it. Yeah, but I think where like the main bit is, you know, where East Timor is and stuff. I want to build more stuff there. I want it to be like a city, basically, like just more.
I feel like it's already too crowded.
Yeah, well, I want it to be more crowded.
more crowded. yeah, you forget it's all persistent, isn't it? So what's gone is gone. You know what I mean? And that's why I guess you have to start building further away, because otherwise there's not going to be any resources for you to build with.
It's like the Earth.
It's like the Earth. Eventually, you're going to run out of
Eventually, we're going to
Except
have
that
to
when you
move
plant a
to
tree on the
Mars.
Earth, it doesn't show up like 2 days later.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I did try. I have tried to play this in VR, because you can play, obviously, Minecraft in VR.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll give that a go. So I got Virtual Desktop up and running. Unfortunately, the Bedrock edition, which is this version of it, it doesn't work
No.
with VR. It's got to be the Java edition.
Ugh.
So the Java edition works fine. The Bedrock, no. And I did try it. I tried different ways. I tried doing it, and basically just ended up looking down at the floor. And
Duke
it
Scath
doesn't-
is in here.
Well, yeah.
Have you gone in? Have you
Duke's
gone in?
here, look. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can see the look. I've built loads now. Well, I've not built loads, but I've built more.
Yeah, so I've got it on the screen here. Sorry for the audio listeners, but
Yeah.
How could you?
this so Duke's Stu's house is kind of on a big hill,
Mountaintop.
He's got a bit of ways to go. He's added a couple of walls here, I can see. And
I had a little bit of an issue. I should
Yeah.
mention this. You can see the lovely angled window there.
yeah,
But yeah, I had a little bit of an issue. Obviously, the rooms have got to be symmetrical. I'm a little bit OCD about that.
okay.
And when I put my windows in, there was 3 on one side and 4 on the other. Well, that'll never do.
No.
So what ended up happening?
How can you
was I
sleep
had
at
to-
night with that?
I know, just couldn't. So what ended up happening was I built a little sticky out bit so that I could then, have the bit that I needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was amazing was I'm like, I want to do this, and look, here's Duke,
There's Duke with his
And
Homer
there's me.
Simpson thing.
and
Yeah.
yeah, like Chinny and Lewis had just.
Would you
like,
finish
already-
those stairs going down to the ground, by the way?
I
Goddamn.
will. It was late.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Stu. Anyway,
No,
go ahead,
did
Stu.
I? Yeah, they built stairs and everything before you'd even notice what the earth was going on, and
Yeah.
there's now a path up to the other side of the mountain as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I built quite a bit. It doesn't take long once you get cracking. It
Yeah.
doesn't take very long to build stuff, so I just got cracking
See,
on
I
it.
think you should have done this area with, I don't know, are they blocks of glass or are they panes?
Panes.
No, the
of glass.
panes.
Can't do that with panes. You can do it with blocks because they're all half windows sitting hanging off and shit.
It's art.
It's art,
It's
man.
art.
It looks
yeah,
good.
I know. I'm just giving you grief. It's fine. It
Don't
looks-
stand on it or you'll fall through.
No, you won't.
Yeah, you will.
You will.
Trust me, you will.
Sorry, the panes you will. Yeah.
Yeah, you fall through the panes of glass.
I thought you meant. See, that's another reason to do it with blocks. Whatever.
Yep. So this is a master bedroom now that for
Yeah.
the audio listeners are going into, and oh god, someone else has put a bed in it. There's 2 beds now. There was only one before.
Dirty
Who else?
bastard.
Jump on the bed.
Who's put another bed in there? Who's
Yeah.
sharing with me?
I don't know.
That's a
don't
bit
know.
weird. It's a bit weird. Someone's put a bed in there while I've been away. A little bit
Ooh.
odd. Yeah. So, so there's a huge, massive bank of furnaces for all the glass we need. There's chests everywhere. Loads and loads of chests.
You're welcome, by the way. I
With
put all
stuff
these
in.
chests down.
I know that I've nicked loads of stuff out of them, for building purposes and such like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's wool there, and that one's empty.
I put a little safety wall so you wouldn't fall off.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and if you look on the other side, Chinny, go to the other side, you'll notice.
Oh, now SLH is in. What?
Yeah, if you look, everyone's playing Minecraft while we do the podcast.
Yeah, Minecraft.
If you go to the other side, you'll notice I've started the extension for the guest bedroom, so that has begun.
When you say started, you've put a few blocks down. Like that's
Well,
not.
I've done the starting of the connecting corridor, if you will.
Yeah.
So I've made a start, but I've got to work out the length so it's identical to the other side.
I'm with you.
I've been doing that. I think it's 15 blocks long.
I'm with you.
Don't
Yeah.
put soil down. What are you doing?
That's granite. It's not soil.
Oh, it looked like I thought he was going to put me soil. I don't want granite either. It's got to match. What's the matter with you?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's looking good. It's going to be big. It's a big project.
Yeah.
Once it's done, it's going to look amazing. But we did a lot in a short space of time. I feel.
We did.
It's amazing what happens when you work together.
Well, when you just sit there and watch us work for you.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good. So Ginny is now mining stuff because he.
Well, that's what you do. You see coal,
That's what
you just
do,
chip
you're
it
like,
out. And...
Oh yeah, coal. We need that for the furnace so
Yeah.
that I can, make stuff.
That's right.
So yeah, it's going good. I'm definitely going to be in now. It doesn't take it long to get.
Have you got the bug? Have you got the bug?
You get the bug. You get the bug.
Yeah, because I mean, would you say that you sort of got into Minecraft? I know you dabbled a little bit.
I did play. We played a lot. What I remember the most is just the fun, and it was SLH back then as well. You know, it was all those.
It's
SLH.
her fault.
She's on her way up. She's here.
Yeah, we just all used to just hang out and just build shit and help each other build shit.
Yeah.
See, can you see the sunrise? Isn't that beautiful? Sunrise through the picture window. See, that's the whole point of that window, right there.
Yeah,
it looks beautiful. So yeah, it's looking good. And I'll be happy when it's sort of built. But the trouble is with Minecraft, and this is the issue. You finish building one thing and then you start expanding, don't you, from that?
Well,
one
yeah,
thing.
but that's the beauty of it. You have a purpose. You have a thing that you're working on.
And thank
That's what
God,
keeps you coming.
real life physics don't work in this game.
Yeah, exactly.
This building would not be standing; it would be in the water underneath. I've got a quick exit route. I'm going to put a door on it so you can just jump off into the water, so you don't have to climb all the way back down the mountain.
Yeah,
and that works pretty well. Works pretty well. You can just jump off. Boom.
That's
Look
it.
at that. Beautiful. And I don't think there's a lot else to say about Minecraft. I mean, crikey almighty, this game just is the game that just keeps on giving.
It's probably one of the very few multiplayer games that you've put your time into. You know?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's totally true. Totally true.
Know.
I haven't played.
It's what I love about this server is going in and just sort of wandering about and like.
Well, it's weird, right?
Stuff.
If you go over in the direction you're now going, there's another massive hotel structure.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the hell? Who? You're just in awe of what? I mean, there was a bridge on. Where's the bridge going? So I got on the bridge, and just followed the bridge and ended up back at the statue of Trinity.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Who's
there
doing
you can
this?
see it. It's another massive hotel thing. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
People just build and build and build,
Yeah.
and you're just like, just astounded at what you just come across stuff. You just go around the corner and you just find something else.
It's
that
just
someone's
it's
built.
crazy, really. It's like an ancient ruin. It's like who did that? Who put this?
Yeah,
in?
yeah. Because quite often there's no signpost or anything to say who built it or why it's there or what the point is.
I think as a sort of general rule, if you're gonna build stuff, like put your name next to it, so not so to claim it, but just to kind of see like
so people know who did it.
Who did it? Yeah, yeah. I think that would be
Sign
cool.
your work, people.
Sign your work. Yeah.
Yeah, people have a lot of fun with this game. It literally is a time waster, isn't it?
Oh my god, yeah, definitely.
You know, this game is all about wasting time,
Mm.
Which is fine. Sometimes you just need that distraction from life, don't you?
And it's nice and relaxing too. Like, you know, there's a motto in Zen that says chop wood, carry water. So, okay, we do that virtually. We create mandalas. They get swept away. That's fine. All things are temporary.
It is pretty cool. Right, what else are we going to talk about? You talk about something else other than Minecraft.
Well, I've been playing Minecraft.
Oh, okay. How was that?
I'll talk about a game I haven't played very much, which is Red Dead Online. Yay!
Yay!
This was ridiculous. There's this dude at one point who was like, and Thooper's online too. Hey, what's up, Thooper? He was being attacked by a cougar, and I heard in the distance, "Oh God, help!"
Yeah.
So I went running over to help him, and I got the cougar. Of course, came running at me, and I was like, "Ah!" So I managed to kill him. I actually died once, but then I came back and I got him. Die, cougar bitch, and I killed him. But then the guy was like, "Thank you, take this," and then he was like stumbling off. And at one point, he just stood there and he was like clutching his stomach, and he was like, and that was it. And like, I should be able to give him a health potion or something. You know what I mean? Like, I should be able to do something for the guy.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating, but whatever. Also with Rocket League, I placed for the season in Diamond. Hey-o!
Hey-o, well done.
Yay, thank you. Unfortunately, you have to win 10 games at that level in order to get the season rank award, right?
Okay.
But here's the thing. I landed in Diamond in 3s, and I landed in Platinum in 2s. So when you start the season, you have to start at the bottom. So you get bronze rewards. You have to win 10 games in bronze, and then you win the bronze reward, right? 10 games in silver, 10 games in gold, 10 games in platinum, and then I can go for those 10 games in diamond. So I don't want to play any 3s right now, because if I lose, then I might derank, and then I won't be able to get, you know what I mean, that reward. So I have to get all my bronze, silver, gold, and platinum rewards in 2s and hope that I don't derank or sometimes they'll reset your rank, so you have to play more placement matches in
Okay.
3s, because then I want to get that reward. But they give the rewards for this season, and I was just like, I looked at them for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh, I don't care about any of these. So like the idea of trying to get these rewards for the season it's ridiculous. It doesn't.
Yeah, but you
matter.
do it anyway. You say you don't
I do
care,
it
but
anyway.
then you do it.
Well, that's the thing, is like I care about the ability to say that I did it. That's the only thing I really care about. I don't care about the
Right.
actual rewards, So I mean, whatever. It is what it is, and we all have our attachments to things. But yeah. So that's Rocket League. Played a little bit more Guild Wars 2. Played a little bit of She Remembered Caterpillars. I did a few more levels of that. It's getting so complicated now, because there's this thing in the game where now there's these little devices that will like take the color off of you, so that you can go through any of the gates you want, but you can't go over any of the bridges. And so it just becomes this matter of like, okay, I'll go across this bridge, take the color off me, go through the gate, get the color from this thing, move across that bridge. It's just there's so many steps you got to think through. And it's still good. It's just that the more complicated you make a game like this, the less fun it is for me. So I'm hoping I'm getting near the end now, because it's not as much fun as when I first started, but it's still a great game. She Remembered Caterpillars. If you like brain cooking puzzle games, give it a shot.
Not too sure about that.
Well, that's fine. I'm not necessarily talking to you.
That's a good job.
But yeah. So anyway, that's those are some of the things I've been playing. Who's next?
Shall I
You
talk
go ahead,
about
Stu. Chinny's
another game?
deep in Minecraft.
What?
I can see.
Are you
I can
talking?
see.
What?
Yes, a demo became available tonight for 8
Ooh.
hours only.
Okay.
So it's only available
Why didn't
for
I hear
8
about
hours.
this? Huh.
Because you haven't got a PS4, have you?
Oh, no, I do not.
So that's why you do. It is coming to PC, but on the 1st of May, so not for a while yet.
Okay.
Which is the Resident Evil Village Stroke 8 demo.
They love a demo, don't they? At the
Yeah, hence the 8 hours that you're only allowed to have access to it. You see what they did there? You see, it's called Resident Evil 8. and you're
I'm
allowed to
following
play
it.
for 8 hours.
I'm following it.
Wait a minute. Slow down. I'm confused.
And it's time limited to 30 minutes, so you can play it for 30 minutes at a time. So that's what they did. I don't get the idea of the sort of, you can only play it this weekend, and you can only play it for this amount of time, and you can only play
Because
it.
they want to create hype. That's why.
I know. So this is what I'm going to say about it. It looks, even on the PS4 Pro, which obviously their engine is just ridiculous.
Yes.
Their games just look absolutely gorgeous. Like
That's what I heard.
animations, the mocap, the voice acting is pretty cool, but they just look ridiculous. Just like great. I mean, I'm just amazed that on this piece of hardware, which is however many years old now, they're still able to make games look this good.
Yeah.
It's pretty damned impressive. So I can only begin to imagine what it's going to look like running on the old PS5 when it eventually comes out.
I think it would be really useful for the viewers if they could see some sort of evidence of what this looks like. But I mean, that's a big thing to ask. You asked him to go online. He could have just kept playing the video.
I know, that's my own fault. It's my own fault. I am to blame. But yeah, so the demo set in the village. So this isn't the castle bit. So we've seen a lot of the castle demo. That's been out a lot. And there's been some controversy this week. Because there was a Resident Evil showcase thing. And yeah, the main character everybody talks about. Have you seen this?
The big lady.
9-foot woman called, and this is how I thought it was pronounced, like a lot of people, Lady Dimitrescu.
Okay.
Which is what everybody, because that's the way it's spelled, Dimitrescu. But that's not how it's pronounced, apparently. The lady who did the presentation for Resident Evil was told by Capcom how she had to pronounce the name. And the U is silent, apparently, so it's Lady Dimitrescu. So there isn't a U on the end of it.
And that was the controversy.
It was controversial because nobody believed that's how it was. And she even had to clarify on Twitter that that's how she was told to pronounce it.
Get a life.
But anyway, it looks great. yeah, I didn't manage to complete the demo. I got pretty close.
Okay.
I got pretty close. So you basically got to help this daughter and a dad to escape. So that's how the sort of demo begins. So you're sort of looking around. You find this entrance to the castle. You need these 2 discs to get there. So you find the first one's really easy. You find the first one really quick, and you can put that in. But the second one's locked in a case of some description, and you have to find a key. But I don't think that's the point of the demo, because I don't think you can do that. Because then you come across this, like I say, this daughter and a dad, and you have to try and get them out, and then it progresses from there. There are these enemies that look like werewolves. So they were sort of chasing you around and stuff. And I don't think you could kill them. I shot them in the head multiple times, and they'd go down on the floor, but then they would get back up again. So I just
You're never going to keep
avoided
them
them.
down. They'll be howling when they're winning.
When they're winning, you can't pause the demo at any point. You can't save. So if you
Oh,
pause it,
screw
it
that.
just resets.
Eesh.
So you basically have to start it again from the beginning. So you can't pause it, reset it. I mean, well, 30 minutes isn't very long. I was so close, though, to escaping from this house, and then it just stopped. It went, "You've been disconnected from the network," so it just disconnects you when you get to the 30-minute limit. But I enjoyed it. I'm like it. I am looking forward to it. It's not very far away. 7th of May. This is coming out. So yeah, really looking forward to it. They also announced. So this is a bit of news. At the same time. Bit of news. Resident Evil 4's coming to the Quest 2 in VR. So they're doing the whole game in VR in first person. So they changed it from the third person to first.
Is it a remake or just the original graphics?
It looks pretty good. I don't know. Well, they've had to remake it for VR, so it's all in first person now. And they've redone all of the inventory system and everything. So I think it's a bit of a partial remake.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a, they've had to obviously change all the UI and everything to fit VR. But it looked really, really good. And I love, it's one of the best Resident Evil games. And
So they say.
And this is obviously going to be a showcase for standalone VR. So it's not, as far as I know, it's not coming to the Rift or anything like that. It's literally Quest 2 only.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an exclusive on the Quest 2. So Antonio wasn't happy because he's just picked up a very cheap Oculus Rift and was like, "Oh, I'll be able to play it on there." But as far as I know, you can't.
You canny.
Sorry, dude.
You can't do it. So yeah, it's pretty good. I definitely. I mean, if you're listening live, you've still got a chance to play this. If you're listening to the recorded one, it's finished.
Okay.
So you can still play it at this point.
So are you saying that I could still play it?
You could still play it for the
I
next
won't.
4 hours or so.
I won't.
4 hours.
I will give
but
it a
then
miss.
It's done.
Won't.
Then it's done
You
until
won't.
the 1st of May when it will come out as a complete demo. Because there's another one coming out, I think, on the 17th of April. What date did it say?
It's the 18th, I think. Yeah.
Oh, 17th. Yeah, this one was the 17th. I think next one's the 27th of April, I think it is.
Right.
I know there's a 7 in it. Yeah, so then that's the castle demo that's been seen a lot.
Right.
And then they're going to put them both together on the 1st of May, and they'll be available till the game releases on the 7th.
It's an interesting way of creating hype, a demo. Like you don't get many demos these days, so that's nice.
Nope, no, you don't. But like I say, this engine is the engine that just keeps giving.
It's a pretty engine.
It's very pretty. I mean, these, as we've seen with the remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 3,
Yeah.
they've made those games very pretty.
Good-looking
compared to what they
games,
were like at release, yeah. It's just a great.
I still need to play 7. I still haven't played 7.
I know, such a good game. That is such a good game.
And 3.
And you can pick up 7 very cheap now.
I've got it's on Game Pass, I think. It's
always on offer somewhere.
Yeah,
It's always very cheap now. It's such a great game.
And that's why I won't buy this.
No, you probably won't. I think I might have. If it was still have been available tomorrow, I might have had another go and just see if I could get to the very end of the demo. Because I got to literally this bit, and I'd gone upstairs and I could see the window where you escape, and I was just like, and it just stopped. I was like, no, no, so close,
So close.
so close, but I didn't quite make it. But yeah, I totally recommend giving it a go. It's looking good. I'm looking forward to this being released. I can't wait to play it. And I think at the beginning part of this year, this is probably one of the biggest titles coming out, really.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of other stuff.
There's not a lot. We're really feeling the impact of the pandemic at the moment for games not being released. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's being delayed. Obviously, developers aren't getting stuff done as fast as they would normally.
I've said, I don't know if I said this on the show last week or I just said it to people in the flesh, but there's not a lot coming out this year that I'm excited about at all with video games. Like, there's nothing that I can think of.
There's not oh god, I didn't see
Left 4
any of
Dead
this
7.
bit. Yeah, so totally recommend it. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be one of the highlights of this year.
Cool.
Looking pretty bloody good.
I hope so. I hope
so. I think it's going to be fine. That's it for me. Chinny, I guess we've got to hear from you.
I guess so. You don't sound too pleased.
So resigned. I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a little bit more of Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2.
Titanfall
Story
2.
mode.
Story mode.
Have you done the multiplayer at all? Is it?
No. No. I haven't. Because...
He's more interested in story, aren't you, Chinny? Never mind any of that.
Yeah, so I think I told you last week about the interesting levels. One of the levels was that it was like constructing a like a house, like a Nuketown sort of vibe.
Right.
And then the climax is that you fight in a kind of Hunger Games setting. So the next level I played was time travel.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He just went, yo, around this area, there's some rifts in the time thing. So here's a little thing on your arm, and you can just switch back and forward in time. And
Cool.
that was amazing because the way you get out of a fight was to travel to the past. So you're in the present, and there's a few things and you're dying. But if you travel to the past, the room's empty. But sometimes the room wouldn't be empty, and then there's soldiers in there, and they're like, "Where did it come from?" So you got two fights in two different timelines going on at the same time.
Presumably.
Yeah, and it was very, very impressive. And then the other level I played was the premise of it was you come to these guys and they've got a beacon that they want to switch on. Right, they just want to switch this beacon on. And they say, "Oh, can you help us switch this beacon on?" And I'm just checking I got the right level because I don't want to spoil it for myself.
Yeah. Oh, didn't know this.
Didn't know that. Yeah, so they go, right, we got this beacon, we need to switch it on, but we need to power it, and the power's that way. So you get that, and you get basically a laser key. Just imagine a key, but it's a laser, right?
Oh, okay.
So this laser key just moves and switches things and stuff. You turn the power on, and then you turn the beacon on, but it blows up as you're seeing on the screen now. It doesn't quite work, right? So you've powered the beacon, but it doesn't quite work. And then you've got to get the doodad or whatever out of the beacon and swap it with whatever. So you've just got to get to a big fuck off thing in the sky, right? Like a pylon or something. You know what I mean?
Like a giant fuse box.
It just looks like the actual structure just looks like a big satellite dish on like a rocket launcher platform. Do you know what I mean? And then you get up there, and this laser key moves objects around, and you can run around walls, and it essentially becomes like a platforming thing in the sky. But that sort of sounds dodgy in first person, but it's not. There's not many falls to the death or anything like that, and it is brilliant. Another brilliant level that you're like, wow. Look, obviously the pitch for this level was a platformer in the sky, and you can move things. And the robot just throws you up there to get you up there. Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm in.
Why not?
I'm in.
Yeah.
Continues to deliver. I haven't played much more of it. I only played 2 missions this week. But I almost play it, and I don't play it too much, so I can just sort of as I usually play, savor it. Yeah, that's the word.
Save it.
Yeah. I feel like if you binge play it, if you binge something on Netflix, you kind of forget a lot of it. Where
there's a lot to take in all at once. So you take little bites.
We're watching a lot of Line of Duty at the moment, When the credits come up, I always like stop and like take a breath and go, right, what was going on there? And we have a talk about it, and then we'll watch the next one. So I feel like if I play it level by level, it just I appreciate it, and I kind of remember it a little bit more, and I sleep on it and I have a think, and then I come back to it. So I'm sort of just playing it nice and slow. And it's a great game. I absolutely love it. I don't think there's a lot left in the game, unfortunately. I wish it was like 10 more levels.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I wish there was like 10 more levels to it. But here you get a glimpse of the sort of platformy bit, and the robot just says, "Right, here we go. We're gonna just
brace yourself.
I'm gonna lob you right over there," and it's great. You know, I just thought it was brilliant. Yeah, I can't fault it. I think it's one of the best sort of first-person story campaigns I can think of. You know, it's up there with a Call of Duty 4, and you know, it's just perfect. It's exactly what you need.
Yeah. Do you know, I have played about the first 2 or 3 hours of this game.
I think you should keep going with it, Stu. I think
maybe I should.
I think it's so much more better when you get through it. I think the first level is pretty weak, really. I mean, obviously, because they're trying to pitch.
Every first level of a shooter is going to be pretty samey, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not great, but I think once it gets going, these levels are.
Yeah, I mean, these levels are intended to. You couldn't do this on other players. You know what I mean? Other shooters.
No.
You have to have the parkour running along the wall, double jump stuff. So.
Well, there's not. I suppose they're not very precious with the lore. I suppose because they're just saying, right, time travel's a thing now, and and that's that. And you wouldn't
just accept it. You just accept it.
You wouldn't see,
but they don't go nuts with it either. They don't drag it into every level. It's just like, we're gonna do it here. It's fun. Let's move on.
It's a very Mario way of approaching things. Mario's very good at that, where they have a gimmick for a level and then they throw it away.
And get something else.
And you like, indie games have based whole games on that gimmick, and Mario have just said, no, we're just it's just one level.
We'll use it this once, and that's all we need.
And I'm looking at this character now, this person playing this game, and he just did something that I didn't do. He went on top of the whole building that I didn't even think of, and yeah, it is a brilliant game. I absolutely adore it. Titanfall 2. I don't think underrated is the right word. I think everybody who's played it says it's very good, but
it probably just didn't get the mass play that it should have done, I guess.
I just don't think it's going to get a sequel,
no,
or anything like that. But it deserves one. So yeah, here we go. So on this platforming level, the laser key, you see like these two droids that are just standing there, and you press the laser key thing and they work for you, the droids do. And
take them over.
Loads of little things like that, and you're like, wow, this game just keeps throwing stuff at you, like really creative little things. And I think it's like somebody says, why don't we do this? And then the answer is, why not? And that's how this game feels. Cool. So that's Titanfall 2.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Duke, back over to you.
Yeah, so I've been hungry for an RPG. I gave up on Greedfall. That game's not great. I actually tried to get my money back for that. I don't know if I told you about that, but it's I just decided it wasn't for me. So they said, no, you've had it too long. Fuck off. So I was like, that's fair.
Yeah, you play too much.
No, I played less than 2 hours, but I'd had it for too long, so whatever. Anyway, I went looking on Steam. Like, there've got to be some RPGs I don't know about, right?
No.
Steam is a huge platform. There's lots of games on it.
You've played them all.
And I've played a lot of them. And Divinity and Divinity 2 are games that are often recommended, but I've heard things about them that don't really appeal to me. So, whatever. I was looking through the list, and I saw one called Cat Quest.
Oh,
I've talked about this.
Well, I don't remember you talking about
Cat
it.
Quest
so I'm sorry.
Stu loves this game.
I do.
Okay.
I played loads of this.
You are right to love it because it's freaking awesome. I love these games very much.
Of it.
Yeah.
So maybe you already talked about this. I'm sorry, but I love how cute.
No, it's a long time ago. It's a long time ago.
Well, for instance, Chinny, there is a pause menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PAWS.
Ah,
yeah.
see.
Oh yeah, there is.
Isn't that clever?
That's very.
And like the game's full of stuff like that. So you go to the capital.
Yeah.
And you see the king and stuff, and then at one point they're like, you got to go into this cave, and your little friend says, "You got to be kidding me."
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cat puns. There's a lot of cat puns. What he
It's
does
so
really,
cute.
really
No,
well.
stop. You always do this. You always do this.
Go on,
No,
then,
you
sorry.
always only want to say, "Let me talk about the game," and
Okay,
then you can talk
I'm
about
shutting
what you
up.
like
I'm
about
shutting
it.
up. I'm shutting up now.
Thank you. It's adorable. It's very cute, and it's fun to play. That's the other thing. Like, this is obviously
That's a
aimed at
request I
kids.
have quite a lot. Fun to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny how many games aren't like that.
It's
because
true.
This is obviously aimed at kids, and some of the reviews are like, "Oh, it's so cute, it's so simple," and blah, blah. And it makes me think like, okay, so what does that mean? If a game is fun, it's for kids. If it's hard as the Dead Souls, Demon Souls, these games are for adults. If you're an adult, you need to bash your head against the wall every minute of the game and never have any fun. But when you beat it, you can go, "I did it." That's what it means to be an adult. It's ridiculous. So the fact that this game is cute and fun and not too punishing, like, I've died a few times, but it's not stressful. That's what I like about it. Is like the story is pretty weak, but there are some interesting little stories along the way. So, at one point you're unlocking this quest series where this dude is like, "My mom has been taken away. I need your help to save her." And you're saying, "Why are you growling like that?" "I miss my mom." And then it's obvious that there's something else going on because, you bring him some helmet or something. He's like, "Yes, this will help me." Like, "Don't you mean your mom?" He's like, "Yes, help my mom." That's what I meant. And so whatever, like, it's tongue in cheek in that way. And it's over the top in silliness. But, the one complaint I have about Cat Quest is that the armor shop is kind of weak because instead of like buying a piece of armor, you buy a key to, this chest and you don't know what it's going to have in it. And you also, I don't think you can sell armor. Can you, Stu?
Not that I remember. I don't know whether that's been changed, when it's been updated, because I don't remember
I don't think you can.
The random chest thing.
Yeah. I played Cat Quest 2's demo as well. I'm like, well, if I like Cat Quest 1 this much, Cat Quest 2 is probably even better. And I did like Cat Quest 2. It is a co-op game, but when you play it by yourself, you basically just have both characters with you, and whatever you do, the AI takes care of the other one, basically. So it's even more cute. The simple combat RPG, it's polished, it's fun. I was going to buy Cat Quest 2, and then I looked at Cat Quest 1 was on sale, half off. And I'm like, oh, I'll just get the one that's cheap and start with the first one, play through that, and then I'll go to the second one. Why not? So
yeah, no, I played a lot of this game. What I think it does really, really well is the quest progression, because it's sort of the further away you get from your starting point, like a lot of these sort of games, the more difficult the quests get. And which ones you can't do because it's very sort of clear that you can't do this until you reach the
right. And it's got like a red skull if it's too high a level. And like every cave has a number outside of it, level 10, level 7. So it's like, oh, okay, I'll try this because I'm ready for a challenge. I'm only level 6, but I'll try the level 7 cave.
Yeah.
And then like I had done some later quests, and then I came back to the earlier areas, and I'm like, oh, this is level 2. I'm level 7. Crush everybody by sneezing on them. So,
and it does make a whole difference. But yeah, I really like this game. I don't know why I never finished it, because I did play a whole lot of this game.
You often don't finish things.
I know, it's totally true, and I played.
But it's cool, whatever. I mean, we all play how we play.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just tickled by them, and I'm it's exactly what I wanted. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fun game. There's quests in it, and there's a story. Although the story is like, whatever.
Yeah, it is a bit weird.
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, if I want to...
You're a fucking cat.
I don't know.
You're a cat.
It's funny because you would think once upon a time, it felt like there were so many RPGs, and there's a lot of them, but they're all so flawed in many ways.
Loot. It's all about loot.
That's right. At some point, I want to go back to Final Fantasy IX because I remember that being a great game, and I should get a PS5 and play the 7 remake, but whatever.
PS5?
PS4,
even bothering with your PS4. Just get the next one.
Well, no.
Oh.
That's true. I forgot it was available on the PS4.
Yeah.
So at some point, maybe.
Maybe you'll get it,
whatever.
buy the game, and then never play it.
Yeah, probably. I do that.
That's
or I'll
what'll
play
happen.
it 2 years from now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what'll happen.
Like I did with Red Dead.
I'm only going to speak about one more game that I played this week.
Well, that's all I got.
Which isn't really a game, but you know what? I haven't played Tribe XR. The virtual DJing thing.
Okay.
Or because obviously I've got a proper controller now, so I don't really.
You're a real DJ now.
I'm a real DJ, so I was like, I don't know.
Can you play
So
that
I
on the
thought-
Quest, or is that?
You can play it on the
okay.
Quest. So there's been a few updates. So, but I've never played the PC version, which has a lot more bells and whistles than the Quest
Ding, ding,
version.
ding, ding,
so
ding.
I thought, you know what? And you can link the PC version to Beatport link, which is what I use.
bell toll for?
That's an old one.
So I have access to all my playlists and stuff that I've created in Beatport. So that's kind of cool.
Yes.
But
Cool.
it doesn't work flawlessly with virtual desktop. It works, but because obviously you're streaming the tracks rather than them being natively downloaded to the PC, when you load up the next track, there's a little bit of stuttering before it comes in. You know, before it's sort of preloaded, if you will. So that's not perfect. But what they have done, they've actually partnered with Pioneer now. So they're actually partnered with Pioneer, and they have exact replicas of the Pioneer DDJ 3000, which costs a lot of money. And so they've got one of those now, and it's kind of cool. I mean, to look at this thing, you're like, wow, that is pretty cool. I did try and link. There was a guy playing live on the Pioneer decks, but he's gone off now. So this is the original decks that you're seeing on screen now.
Yeah.
But the Pioneer ones, they are exactly like the proper Pioneer, CDJs or whatever. They're pretty impressive. And it still works. It still works pretty well. I must admit, I was giving it a go. It would take me probably a while to get back into, you know, just using all the virtual controls and getting used to the sensitivity and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was having a little bit of a mess around today, and I did, I mixed a few tunes just to give it a go. The only thing I don't like about it, and this still hasn't been addressed. I use the Camelot Wheel for key matching, which is so much easier than sort of A's and A minors and A majors and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So it just makes it a whole lot easier. So basically, for anyone who doesn't know, which is probably a lot of people who listen to this, basically the Camelot Wheel breaks keys down into numbers. So you have 1 to 12, and you have 12 like A's and B's. So you have 1A, 1B.
I got you. Yeah.
2A, 2B, 3A, 3B, so on and so forth. You can mix a 3B with either a 3A, and that's kind of it. You can mix a 3A with a 3B or a 4A or a 2A. So
right,
they all...
yeah, 2A and 6B, got it.
Yeah, no. So but it makes it, you can sort them by key. And
I got
then
you. I understand. Yes.
So you're always mixing in key, which sounds a lot better, than it does when you mix out a key, which you can tell. I mean, as soon as you start mixing out a key, some tracks you can get away with, but any that are sort of heavy melody based or anything like that, you can tell instantly that it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
So I just wish they'd have the Camelot key system as well as the normal standard one, because I'd find that a lot easier to mix in key.
Right.
But that's a minor complaint. I mean, again, this thing's like £22.
Right.
To buy on the Quest. So if you ever had an inkling, and you've got an Oculus Quest and you want to have a try at being a DJ,
Hey, go ahead, people. Inklings, go for it.
Yeah, this is by far and away the best way to do it. So yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I would recommend it. Like I say, and like I say on the PC version, there's a lot more functionality. On the original Quest, the only streaming service you can link to is SoundCloud Plus.
Okay.
So it's a lot more limited. On the PC version, it's a lot easier to stream it to Twitch and stuff like that.
Right.
Which is what a lot of people do. But yeah, I think I'll just stick to the hardware type these days.
Why do it in VR when you can do it IRL?
Yep, I've got to agree. And that's it for me this week. Anything else off either of you two guys?
Well,
Nope.
play my game, bitch.
Oh God, yeah, of course.
Oh, that's right. Hello.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's because you haven't got it written down on your list.
Yeah, bitch! Yeah, bitch! Play my game, bitch.
Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad connection.
Yeah, bitch!
There you go.
Do you remember what the game was?
I do. Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, if it would work.
And?
Okay, it's gone very quiet. I think it's because he's eating a nice bun. For some
I am
reason.
eating a nice bun.
See, we
So-
can see what you're doing now. We know what you're up to.
I don't know what I'm talking about. The short version. The game didn't work.
Did or didn't?
Didn't. Now, I started it up.
Yep.
I'm in the menu. And I'm in the bit where the cars are burning. Or whatever.
Yep.
I took a picture of what I could see. And it said something like, press the thing to reset the view. I'm like, what?
Okay.
So I pressed like the usual button to reset the view. And it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, I remember I had to do something to get the controls to work now that I think about it.
And I was like, well, what is it? What is it? I kept doing it. And I Googled it and I was trying for like half an hour and I just couldn't get it to work. So that's not
frustrating.
It does work, but there is something you have to do to get the. I'd forgotten about that. There's something you have to do to get the controls to work because it's mapped to Vive controllers or something.
That's right.
But there is a way of doing it, but I can't remember how it is. It wasn't that difficult, if I remember rightly. It was quite easy in the end.
I pressed everything.
No, you have to do something to it. I can't remember what it was. Maybe we'll try and figure it out for next week because I know it isn't. I know it wasn't that complex. And once I've done it, it was fine and it just worked.
I pressed everything.
No, it's not. You have to do something in the.
Yeah, press stuff, and I did that.
No, you literally. There is something there. We'll figure it out anyway. We'll figure
Well,
it out.
If you want to know my opinion of the game, the menu is very nice.
It does look nice, doesn't it? It does look good when you first go in.
But I think it's a piece of shit so far.
Yeah, because it didn't work. We'll figure that out. I do remember that there is something.
So am I doing that for next week now?
Yeah, we'll try. We'll try again. We'll get it working.
Try it again.
We'll get it working. You've got it installed. You're halfway there.
I was there.
You're halfway there.
I was there, ready to go.
You were ready to go.
But no, unfortunately, didn't work. So, what can you do? That's it.
Never mind. We have got a little bit of news, so we should do that.
Okay.
Little bit of news. Little bit of news.
Putting news first.
It is very little, but Chinny.
Yes, hello.
As you know, you have purchased Virtual Desktop so you can play PC VR games wirelessly.
Not more of these.
Wirelessly, but Oculus Quest 2 Airlink has been announced, so they're doing their own version of this to let you stream wirelessly PC games to your Quest 2 headset. So there you go.
What's the point? I can already do it.
I know. Well, they're doing their own. I mean, let's be honest. Although be
honest, Chinny. Come on.
They've let Virtual Desktop do this officially now, which initially they didn't. But they're doing their own version, which you've got to assume if Facebook are doing it, and whatever, it might be slicker. It might work better. Who knows? It might not.
Maybe.
It might not work better. But yeah, for anyone who hasn't bothered buying Virtual Desktop, it might be worth holding out because there's something coming of Facebook's own, which I assume is going to be free. So you won't have to pay for that to get it to work. There you go. That's it for news. We're done.
Wow.
I know. I said it was quick.
That was wild.
I said it was
great.
quick news.
All right. Thank you for that.
Yeah. There you go.
What was emails now?
Yes.
Whoa, that ruled.
The first email tonight is off Jason. He's got busy, hasn't he? He's been sending us loads of emails. And the guy's got
now he
busy.
owes us because I sent him a thing. So it's like, come on, keep them coming.
Yeah, owes us. This email is entitled Disco Balls.
Okay.
Disco Balls. Hey, Stu. I have plenty to play rarely. Disco Elysium is calling for me, but not sure. I have plenty to play.
It seems like the kind of game Jason Gallagher would like.
Are you still on it? So he asked me that. So yes, I am. I am still on it. I haven't played a lot. I have played a little bit of it this week, but not a lot. And then we got a follow-up email. So that was the first email off Jason. And he says, "Hey, Stu, I found a gem. Oh, you're already playing it for a game where you stand in one place talking for an hour? Disco Elysium kicks ass. Love it, man. But I can't believe you understand the word of it. Great recommendation. There you go. Yeah,
All
you just knew you
right,
would,
Jason
just knew you would
Gallagher.
like it, wouldn't you?
Speaking of play my game, bitch.
You just knew he would like it. The next, or the last email, should I say, the last email this evening is from Jacinta.
Yay, Jacinta. Wait a minute. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, here we go.
Her name is Jacinta.
Yeah, it is. And she says this remote play. Says remote play. Hey,
Ah.
guys.
Hey.
Remember last week I was trying to find a decent mobile game to play?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she had a baby.
Yeah, I've just realized I can basically play my PS4 from my iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a little bit jank, but it works. And I'm kind of amazed how far technology has come when I use it.
Way to go, technology.
I know, exactly. Anyone who has a PS4 should try it. It's really cool. So the other day, I spent around 60 Australian dollars, which is 33 pounds or 46 US dollars, on Fortnite V-Bucks. Oh,
okay.
Dear. I don't judge, but
I do.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So that both my teenage nieces could have the new alloy skin. Not sure.
Oh, you don't
if
want them to have alloy skin? Come on.
Exactly. Not sure if I'm the cool aunt or the really fucking pathetic one.
There's a thin line between those two.
Yeah, I
Because
think
that's how I am as a uncle to my nephew. And like, I think I'm cool. I think I'm dope, but he probably sees me as a weirdo.
Yeah. Or maybe both. Yeah, maybe a little bit of both. I
There you
reckon. What
go.
do you think, Ginny?
Cool. She's cool.
Cool. Oh yeah, we'll stick with cool. Stick cool. I also just got a text from one of them saying that they'd also bought the Lara Croft skin. So even though neither of them have actually finished a real single player game, at least they look like they have good taste.
Yeah, there you go. You represent.
Exactly. I feel proud to have shared with them my love of iconic feminist lady archers. Although the whole Lara Croft being feminist is probably I was going to say detectable then. The actual word is debatable.
They've modernized her a bit these days.
A little bit.
In the 90s, she was just a pointy boob babe.
It is true.
Yeah.
And I got back and forth myself, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
While spending stupid amounts of money on V-Bucks, I took Elliot, which is new baby, cute, very cute.
That's
baby.
the official Veteran Gamers baby. The Veteran Gamers
Gamers baby. To EB Games for the very first time. That's what GameStop is called here. Anyways, I attached a photo of us in the PlayStation
to the moon
section. Yeah. The photo on day will be in his baby book. I love that. That's like a milestone.
Nice.
Baby
Yeah,
goes to the first ever video game shop. I like
nice.
that. Though he'll probably grow up hating video games. Isn't that always the way? My mum used to take me hiking, rock climbing, and abseiling as a kid, and now I pretty much hate going outside in general. I still like going outside, but I don't think rock climbing's a thing I'd do anymore. Or ever did, for that matter. Anyways, I've not actually played any games, but I did watch my 13-year-old niece play some Tomb Raider and The Last of Us 2 when she was visiting. I was a bit concerned that she wanted to play The Last of Us 2, but her grandma said it was fine. So who am I to question it? I don't know. Last of Us 2, 13 years old. That is young. That is young. Yeah, to watch someone get their head beaten in with a golf club.
It's fine.
Fine. So my lovely young niece wasn't scared at all when fighting the infected in The Last of Us 2. And I don't understand. Even watching someone else play scared me. Oh, well, yeah. I almost forgot. We took Elliot to the zoo. So not only has he been to the video game store, he's also been to the zoo.
No, I don't think the zoo's very appropriate because, locked up animals.
Yeah,
And...
scary sharks.
A lot of people pooping everywhere.
Tigers and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, my.
And the zoo had an aquarium. And the aquarium was styled very similarly to a certain level in that game. And that freaked me out a little bit, just being there. Wow, that is kind of funny. I couldn't get that scene out of my head, but later we saw giraffes, and they made me happy because it reminded me of a more wholesome moment in that universe. It's a bit scary how much games impact my everyday life. I know you guys, except perhaps Duke, are a bit more detached, but surely there's some emotional, sensitive weirdos like me out there who get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever become that invested in a game where I sort of start putting it on my real life anytime, I guess. I don't know. You guys? How do you?
I remember I played quite a lot of Fallout 3
Yeah.
the same time that I went to V Festival.
Oh, okay.
And while at first that sounds like a bit of a stark...
Yeah, I am wondering where this is
You're like,
going.
well, where's that going? Fallout 3 is people at the end of their life. Well, like, not the end of life. Life as you know it is dissipated. And it's just people living however and wherever the fuck they can.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what festivals are like. People are just living in tents, shitting on
no one
fences.
cares. No one gives a shit.
And I'm like, this is as close to Fallout. Well, actually, that was 2009 when that happened. These days, during this pandemic, we do have an idea of what it's like to have an apocalypse. But I remember thinking then, like, wow, this is kind of like what end of times would look like. You know, we're just living in tents, doing fuck all,
like
pissing
some
on
sort of
fences.
refugee camp.
Yeah.
That is
So
quite
so
fun.
that was the one time I remember thinking, oh, is this kind of like Fallout 3?
There you go.
Yeah.
So
I
I'll
don't really
shut
have
up
anything
now.
like that.
I'm sorry. Go on, Duke. Have you got anything?
No, I was going to say I don't have anything to say.
No,
So,
I don't.
Yeah.
So I'll shut up now because I've also spent some fucking. I've also sent, not spent. God, what is the matter with
Yes.
you?
What is
I've
the
also
matter?
sent some fucking weird ass speak pipes, which are coming up.
Yeah, weird ass speak pipes.
Sorry, somehow both retroactively and in advance. The sleep deprivation
Okay.
is really starting to get to me. Yeah, that's what babies do.
Guess so.
Your deficiency in sleep is quite
Yeah.
stark when you have a baby in the house. Just into PS Stu. Sorry if the picture is weird and huge again. I don't think you can attach a photo with an iPhone without it being inserted into the body of the email. Stupid Apple bullshit. Actually, it's fine this week. That's the trouble with these iPhones. The bloody pixels are that big. It makes them enormous. But no, this week's is absolutely fine. So thank you very much for the email. We do appreciate it. So I guess it's time for some speak pipes, Duke.
All right, that's all the emails. Here come the speak pipes.
Speak pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
And the first one is from
My
Jacinta.
name is Jacinta.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a potato.
So here we go. The first
Here we
one
go.
is from Jacinta. I'm going to play it now.
Hi guys, it's Jacinta here. Just
Yay.
listening to episode 585, catching up, and you were talking about how in Australia the word cunt is used quite frequently.
Now,
That
to be
is-
fair, that's what Brendan Burns, the comedian, said, and he's from Australia. So I'm not claiming it as my own understanding. That's just I'm repeating what this comedian said. She's going to clarify.
Can confirm true.
Oh,
In fact, if we had a poll on how to name a boat, we would probably have named the boat Cunty McCuntface. Thank
There
you.
you go. Wow.
all right. Well, thank you so much for that. We love hearing about
lot of sea
international
bombers.
norms.
Lot of sea
So
bombers
so
there.
in Flight of the Conchords, do you remember how Brit and Jermaine react to the Australian? Do you remember that?
Oh, vaguely, yeah.
So
I know that they're pissed off at him because they're like
So their
discrepancy
opinion of
between New Zealand. And
their opinion of Australians is they just throw insults at you all the
Yeah.
time. Not even in a
Right,
kind of not even in an aggressive way. It's just like fuck off, you can, like what it's
Right,
it's
right.
so sort of like off the cuff.
Sure.
And I think Australians are they just absolutely rib each other all the time,
Well, yeah.
constantly. And I think
You got to do something when you're living on a prison island.
Wow.
yeah. I mean, most of the
That's
islands.
the other thing. Brendan Burns is constantly like, "Oh, the convict's been raiding. Hey, all right, well done, convict."
Most of the island
think
is
that's
too hot to live on anyway.
Well, there's
People
that.
just
And
live
there's
on the
enormous
edges.
Fuck off spiders and
Yeah, that's why everyone
kangaroos
lives on the
everywhere.
coast.
It's like-
dingoes
in the
eating
middle.
babies.
Like
Yeah.
Australia is like Starship Troopers, with the giant bugs and stuff. Like I'm pretty sure that's exactly.
Well, they have. I mean, this is a fact, isn't it? I think they have 12 of the most deadly creatures in the world live in Australia.
It's mad, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like all the animals got together and like, right, we're gonna really improve. Like we're gonna train hard on this
Yeah, we're going
island.
to kill everybody if we can.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. Yeah,
And there's
it's
something else we ought to say about
Very
Australia
nice.
as well, while we're talking about it.
What kind of a sick country would kick someone with a giant boot? Mister, sense and shush.
Disparaging the boot is a bootable offense. It's one of their proudest traditions.
I remember my wife worked with a guy who lived in Australia, and then he came to Wisconsin for a visit. And as soon as I met him, I'm like, have you ever seen The Simpsons where they go to Australia? And the Duchess is like, oh, God. And I'm like, he said, oh, it sounds great. Let's watch it. And we watched it. And he was laughing his head off the whole time. So, yeah.
Well, they can take the mickey out themselves pretty well, Australia.
Yeah, exactly. They have a sense of humor, unlike Americans.
And can we just say they are one of the safest places in the world for COVID? If you live there, you're pretty much
because
okay.
they're smart.
You can walk around with no mask or anything. You can just
because
get
the
on with your
spiders
life.
have eaten all the weak people, so
That's
they're
it.
all very
That's
strong,
it. Yeah.
so, yeah.
Anyone with COVID.
All right,
just get
Jacinta
spiders
sent
put on their
another
face.
speak pipe, so let's listen to number
It
2
did.
from Jacinta.
Her name is Jacinta.
So babies don't really sleep very quietly. That whole sleeping like a baby thing, not really true. Anyway, guys, it's Jacinta. I just finished listening to the podcast. I'm up to date now. I ain't even mad. In fact, I was listening to the end of the last podcast at like 4 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
While I was feeding Elliot, and it made me laugh that you had the whole vis-a-vis liters of blood thing, and it reminded me of Archer. Yeah, 2.5 liters of blood is like a lot. It's like a quarter of your blood. So yeah, when I said that I could have died, I wasn't exaggerating. I totally could have died. So
scary.
I love you guys, even though you're big derps. So I'll just leave it at that now and tend to my baby. Bye.
Yes. Oh, thank
Totally
you,
true.
Jacinta.
It's totally true.
It is totally true. We're amazed that people still love us despite our derpiness. So.
I know, yeah, we're always derpiness. Derps.
At least you didn't call us cunts.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But maybe
She
we
was-
should
she was
be.
nice.
We should want that because
Maybe in Australia,
term of endearment.
derps is like bloody hell. She called you a derp,
That's
mate.
the worst thing. Oh my God!
No,
You're
that's-
gonna let her get away with
Worse
that?
than the C-bomb, which is
Have
a term
you
of
no honor?
endearment.
Yeah, exactly.
Bloody hell, you might
Oh, what's
want
wrong with
to.
you cunts? You're not going to react to being
You
called
might
derp?
want to apologise to her, mate. That's
Yeah.
not on.
right,
Population
so
of
that's enough
Australia,
of
by the way.
Jacinta's-
Population of
Is there
Australia.
not another one? Didn't she send another
I
one?
know. I was
after?
joking. I was building to that, but then Chinny cut me off with his population.
I didn't. So in the UK, do you know what the population of the UK off the top of your head is, Stu?
17.
No, it's about 70 million or so.
69.9 million. You're very close.
69.
Population of America, Duke, off the top of your head, do you know?
370.
330.
Oh,
and just to give you an idea, so in Australia, it's 25 million. People.
Yeah, it's barely anything. Isn't
Very
it?
little place. New Zealand is 4 million.
If
California is 39 million.
Yeah.
What is
it's
wrong
more
with
than the whole of
America?
Australia. If Australia was the UK, everybody would be vaccinated now.
Yeah.
Nearly twice. They nearly have both jabs.
Well, Canada, it has less people in it than California.
Yes, fewer.
What?
And the crazy thing is
Fewer
that
then, fuck
California
off.
has 2 senators, and there's like 20 other states that have the same population total as California, and they have like 40 senators. So it's like that's totally unfair. Like that's not even okay. Don't get me started on that.
America's
all right,
problem. America's problem. It's just too fucking big.
And too many fucking guns.
Too many
Anyway,
guns. Too big.
We have another speak pipe from Jacinta. Yay!
So this is what I was referring to with the whole vis-a-vis Archer thing. Not really sure why I mumbled that, but anyway, have a listen.
Blood? Oh my God, what year is this? I know, right? Why can't you just take a DNA swab?
A blood sample is enough to determine paternity, and after we take a leader...
A leader? How much is it?
Archer will be left in a weakened state, which should prevent his attempting to compromise the test.
Turtlenecks. But look! I invented the turtleneck. You're bleeding him dry. Seriously, Barry, how much is a leader?
About 8 gills.
It's a gill.
Does that help?
You're just talking in circles, buddy.
Thanks, Dr. Van.
It's a gill.
Next, under Odin Guard, the sample is taken to the vault of First Savings Bank. I don't know why I told you where, but it doesn't matter.
It's a gill.
As the bank and vault will be surrounded by Odin agents. Merely an added precaution, as the vault is basically one big shitstorm of anti-intrusion devices. Tomorrow, in full view of both parties, we will test the sample here, along with a blood sample from the wee baby Seamus, thus ensuring complete accuracy of the paternity test.
Wee baby
Any
Seamus.
questions?
Yeah, very. I'm still unclear on the leader thing, vis-a-vis unit of volume.
Oh, Archer, it's so good. I need to do another watch through of Archer, man, because I was watching Parks and Rec on Peacock, and I got through the first 2 seasons, and then they go, oh, you gotta have to pay us if you want to watch the rest. I'm like, fuck you, I'm not paying you.
Bastards.
You bastards, this was on Netflix. What are you doing? Stupid platform. Would you hurry up and die so that we can get Parks and Rec back on Netflix again? Die.
Parks and Rec is on our Netflix.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So
rub it in.
No, you have to.
But I think
come
Archer's
to the
still on
UK
Netflix, so I
again
can watch it
to watch.
I've been watching
Yeah,
a
I
lot
know,
of
right?
Line of Duty
Or get
shit.
a VPN.
I've been watching.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's going mental.
I haven't watched the
paying
new stuff.
like,
I'm
"Oh,
catching
I
up
wanna
to
do
it. I'm on
this
season 4. It's on season 6 at the moment on TV.
I wanna go bloody
Basically,
mental over it.
Duke, let me pitch you.
No one gives a shit.
Let me give you the pitch for Line of Duty, right?
Okay, go ahead. Shoot. Let me hear you.
The whole show is, I am about one thing and one thing only: catching bent coppers. Are you a bent copper? I'm not a bent copper. You're a bent copper. Is he a bent copper? I think he's a bent copper. Well, we're gonna catch the bent coppers. You're a fucking bent copper. Aye. Well, I a fucking bent copper. He's a bent
And
copper.
I assume that means a corrupt police officer.
Correct. Not
Correct.
a
like
homosexual.
Penny, not like a penny that's been like turned in half.
No. And that's the whole show, pretty much.
That is the whole
That
show.
sounds great.
And it is
Well, you've got to
Oh,
figure
man. How
out
do I
who
get to
is the
see it?
bent copper.
Because you're like,
though.
wait,
Apparently.
I thought she was bent. She's not. But she. What?
Who's?
What
And then
the-
they've got, it's a bit like that bloody Pretty Little Liars or whatever. There's like, who's C or whatever, isn't it? Or
I've never watched that.
H.
I don't know,
Who's
but
H?
you know what? Speaking of which, speaking of things that people watch, I was telling my students today, this past week, as I always do every semester, that one of the rules of writing is just show, not tell. And I always tell them like this: look, think about if you went to a movie and it was just a guy in a chair talking to you about, like, once upon a time there was a man named Peter Parker and he got bit by a spider and he turned into a Spider-Man. You wouldn't want to watch that movie, but that's what it's like when you tell someone the
sounds
story. You have
pretty
to
good.
show them the story, and you wouldn't want to watch a movie. You see, and you're doing what students always do. I'd like to see that movie. No, you wouldn't, because
Yeah,
I'll tell
well-
you what. If you think you would, go find My Dinner with Andre, and watch that.
I've seen that
It's
movie.
just
It's
two people
awesome.
talking.
It's
Yeah, it
awesome.
is awesome. You're right, but teenagers wouldn't like it. So I tell the students, like, go watch My Dinner with Andre, and then we'll talk. And I had a student who's like, I'm gonna watch that. I'm like, no, you're not. Don't lie to me. And he says, yes, I will. And then he wrote, I'm gonna live Twitch my watching it so you can watch me watch it. And I was
Wow.
like, that's too meta. Me watching you watching My Dinner with Andre. Would be
That kid is
Wow.
gonna do all right, you know.
The
Yeah.
kid is gonna do all right.
Be
I
fine.
actually have some pretty sharp tacks in my classes this year. so.
That kid's.
And it was funny because
all right.
I said there's 3 rules in writing. One of them is write what you know, and then he jumps. He goes, "Is another one of them show don't tell?" I'm like, "God damn, you're way ahead of me."
Well,
dude."
is the
It
third
is
one
way ahead.
burn it all?
Yeah,
No, the
just
third
don't-
one
don't
is
bother.
remove needless words.
Yeah,
man.
edit.
Yep.
Get rid of
You know the I never remember how to say his name. Taika Waititi, the chap who
Yeah,
wrote.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he did a talk about writing, and he says
Oh, he's so good.
he writes a draft, and then he waits a year,
Wow.
reads it again, deletes it, writes it from memory,
Wow.
and then reads it again, deletes it, writes it from memory again, and then he starts to like it, and that's ridiculous.
nuts.
You
That's
see,
way
this-
too much work. But it is the idea of giving yourself space between the thing you've written and when you look at it.
Distancing.
It allows you to see it with fresh eyes.
Distancing. It happens with videos as well, because like
Yeah,
we
sure.
make videos and then we watch them back and I forgot about them, and I'm like, this. Sometimes it's two ways. It either goes, oh, I'd make that quicker now. I'd change that. I'd do that, or I watch it back and I go, oh, this is actually really good.
Well, see, that's the thing is when I look at something that I've written right away, my brain's just like, this is awesome, that's great, this is perfect, everything's fine, I don't need to change anything. And that's you don't want that. You want to be able to look at it with honest eyes. So.
I'm always in a
It's
when
true.
I make a video for work and stuff. I'm always in a kind of I don't know. I can't see the wood for the trees now. Do you know what I mean? I just don't. I don't know. So then
I can see that because you got so much raw material that you're editing.
You just got
together.
so
It's
much
different
stuff,
with
and
writing.
then then I
And you've seen a lot of it, but you don't remember how much has gone into the actual
and
finished product.
we don't have the time to
Yeah.
we can't say to the customer, we've done the video, but we're going to wait a year.
We want to reflect on it first.
Exactly.
They would be like, what? So.
But you could have one person do it and then another person look at it.
Yeah, we do that. But the other thing as well, what I've noticed is when I film something, when I physically hold the camera and then I edit that footage or like somebody edits it, because I filmed it, I'm like, no, I don't really like it. I don't know. But when somebody else feels like, say, what started to happen in the business was I used to go to every shoot that we had, and then eventually we got to a point where I wouldn't go to them, and Tom and Sarah would go to the shoots, and I wouldn't be there. And I always thought what they did was really good because I was like, I wasn't there, I didn't see anything, so I'm like, oh, that looks great to me. The less I saw of the making of it, the better I thought the end was, and I was like, oh, that looks great. Yeah, I don't know what's your problem, but when you're in there and you know what you missed and what was, you're not as in love with it for some reason. I don't know. It's a very strange thing.
Not as in love, bless.
All right, one more speak pipe here. It's from Dark Side.
We have.
Hello, veteran gamers. It's Derek Scenes back again. I hope you've gotten those Discord questions or Discord comments from last week sorted out. It felt a bit bad when you bumped them for my movie quiz, but on that topic, I will have the final part of the movie quiz trilogy next week.
Yeah.
But this week, shock horror, I'm going to talk a little bit about video games, or a specific video game. I've been recently playing on my Xbox One S the open world RPG ELEX, ELEX. It's
I heard about that.
Western open world RPG published by THQ Nordic. And if I'm honest, it's not the greatest game in the world, but I'm still playing it. Could really have come out any time in the last 20 years. The graphics aren't particularly stellar. The gameplay is fine. It's a little bit janky in places. The collision detection, the combat, it's all a bit dodgy. But for whatever reason, I've continued playing it. I think I put about 15 hours into it, maybe.
You know, it's funny. This game comes up kind of frequently on the gaming suggestions Reddit, and like the people who like it really like it. So it's interesting that it has this cult following.
Yeah, 15 hours at the moment, and I'll carry on playing it for a little while. But my question for you through all is there a game, let's say, in the last 3 years, which has been a bit janky, a bit dodgy, it's never got good reviews, but you've enjoyed it, you've carried on playing it, and you thought it was a pretty good game, despite popular opinion? So obviously, if it's in the last few years, you can't choose Deadly Premonition. So keep on gaming.
Yeah.
There you go.
Valheim was kind of jank, but people love it, so I don't know. That really doesn't.
I suppose it's reviewed well, though, isn't it? Valheim?
Yeah. I've got the perfect one for this.
Go on.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Cyberpunk, of course.
Oh yeah.
Well, that game was so jank, but I still played it and finished it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that, to be honest with you, it made Deadly Premonition look like a masterpiece.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Totally did. Even Deadly Premonition wasn't that jank at launch. I mean, come on, Chinny, you stopped playing it. It was that bad.
Yeah, very rare. I just thought it was crap.
And you were looking forward to this. You thought this was going to be a game you would really, really enjoy.
I liked Witcher 3. I trusted them. Yeah. You know, I think they're a good company, and I think, unfortunately, they're a victim of growing too quickly, too soon, not managing expectations, quick release, too quick of a release, fall into demand, lots of problems, mainly people and publishing and money, but it's nothing to do with their talent, I don't think.
You know what, though? That being said, they've made the most money they've ever made in a financial year by a long way.
Yeah, but it's like
it's been very profitable.
I know, but it's come at a cost, though, hasn't it? Because if they released a game in another 3 years, it wouldn't do that again.
We're going to be wary of it, aren't we?
So it's weird. Like you're only good as your last game in the gaming industry.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's totally true.
Yeah, you could make a lot of money from a bad game. That is true. But you could also then ruin the reputation of your brand and mess up the next game that could be halfway in development already. So, because if you say let's just, for example, they're making Witcher 4, right? Yep. They're working away, making Witcher 4. They're working on Cyberpunk. Right, we're going to release it this year. Great, it's going to be done, and then we can crack on with Witcher 4. and then Cyberpunk isn't done, everybody hates them. So now they have to do more work on Cyberpunk, and Witcher 4 gets delayed because they can't release that. They have to fix Cyberpunk for people to be invested. Because if they announce Witcher 4 now, imagine that. People will be like, well, you got to fix fucking Cyberpunk first. They're in a tough position at the moment, and the only way out of it is to make Cyberpunk good. Which is
apparently
take time.
they have come out and said that is exactly what they're doing. They're not going to just abandon it. They're going to keep on going.
It's not rocket science, is it? They released it too early. They made a game that didn't work very well. And
I mean, what's amazing to me, and I know we keep harping on about how good GTA is and Red Dead 2 and stuff like that, but you only have to look how well both Red Dead 2 and GTA run on the PS4 Pro and on obviously the Xbox One X or whatever the other one was, the one before the Series X, just to confuse everybody.
Yeah.
Which both run fine, and they even run all right on the bog standard PS4 and Xbox One without much of an issue.
Yeah.
And yet Cyberpunk doesn't look that amazing, and they just can't get the bloody thing to run. And it's not about, it is about engines, but it's also just about being able to optimize it to run on those platforms, and they obviously just couldn't do that.
No,
they just had lots.
I think it's just that they're working on a genre and a world that they're not used to. Their worlds in The Witcher are very vast, open, dead worlds with pockets of populations, and Cyberpunk is this dense, futuristic world that has a lot going on, and I just don't think they're used to it, and I don't know. I mean, they worked on the game for like 8 years or whatever. Or 7 years, and they still fucked it up. And
let's be honest, it's been out for 5 months now, and they still haven't fixed it.
Yeah, no, everybody's sort of moved on. Like, I don't think even people are chomping at the bit to see it because everybody's played it and gone, you know what? I mean, even if they fixed it, this is me personally talking. Even if they fixed it, and tomorrow it came in the news, Cyberpunk is now good. I'm like, I don't even know if I fucking be asked to. I don't even think I'd play it.
I hate to be this guy, but it's champing. Horses champ at the bit.
Yeah, champing at the bit.
Is it not chomping?
Nope.
No, the champ. The champ, man.
It doesn't matter. I'm being obnoxious, but
is it
God, I have a duty to make it clear.
Is it champing at the bit?
It is champing at the bit. Look it up.
At the bit.
I'm sorry, but correcting people on annoying language things, that really is my fort. So,
It's even like,
Stu
these
said,
Americans
so
that go,
nobody heard me say that things.
Hold down the fort instead of hold the fort.
Right.
Holding it. What are you doing? You're pinning it to the ground. What are you doing with the fort? I'm holding it down.
I'm saying when it comes to that sort of thing, being technically correct really is my fort. So.
Yeah, or I give a shit. There you go. That's an Americanism.
Instead of I don't give a shit. I could give a shit.
I could give a shit.
Instead of I couldn't give a shit.
Right.
Well, I'm chomping and champing at the bit.
At the bit.
If the news came out and said Cyberpunk is now fixed and decent, I don't think I would rush to play that game.
Yeah, you wouldn't be bothered.
I feel like a lot of people would feel the same. Like, I've got my feel. I know roughly what that game is like now, and I'm okay with it. I'm like, all right, yep, fine.
You're all right with it.
I mean, if you got it for $10, would you still not play it?
He's got it.
I've got it.
He's got it.
I own the game.
He owns it.
Fair enough.
And
I'm waiting for it to be super cheap, and then I'll be like, all right, I'll take a giggle.
In 2 years' time, if you got that game on Game Pass or for $10 or whatever, that would be a decent experience, I'm sure. But for me, who bought it day one, thought it was going to be good, didn't turn out to be good. I feel like I know what the gist of that game is going to give me, and I'm not really that bothered. I think Deus Ex gave me the similar situation
did a better job of it.
and a better job of it, and I know what that world and game is going to give me, so whatever.
Yeah, I think what's interesting for me is, I mean, I did enjoy the game, no matter what I say about it. I enjoyed the story, and I did think it was pretty cool. The ending dragged a little bit, but it was all marred by the fact that I was constantly worried I was going to get a game-breaking bug that would stop me finishing it.
Yeah.
I was constantly thinking, God, am I going to get to the end of one of the final missions and then it doesn't trigger properly?
Yeah.
You know, because that happened a few times throughout the game where stuff.
It's like driving a
cutscenes
car,
just
think it's
didn't
going to
trigger.
break down all the
Yeah,
time.
I was constantly worried it was going to break down. I like that. That's a good way of putting it.
You know, I can't really give a straight answer on which game is better on Skyrim or Witcher 3, right?
Yeah.
I look at you. You
right.
both perked up. Then I can see you Duke went from
3,
sitting
Witcher
back
3.
like that, and you went what?
Oh snap! Essex fell asleep while we were doing the podcast. Thanks a lot, Essex.
So, yeah, I by the way, I checked out his YouTube channel, Essex
Yeah, I've
Magnet
been having a
Hunters.
look at it as
Did
well.
you look at it?
It's-
He's
yeah.
basically just chucks in these big
Pulling
magnets and these
crazy
swamps and
shit
stuff.
out
That's
of the
mad.
canal.
That is so cool. I watched loads of those.
Ooh, look at this machete. It's
Yeah.
enormous.
It's like he was just like that, on his first pull. He's just like, I got a fucking knife, and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Get
Katana.
a big-
Yeah, that's so cool. Anyway, I struggle to figure out which one's better, Skyrim or Witcher 3. But what I'll say is, both of them have like really engaging elements, like stories and characters and just quest lines, and that's why I play those games. But with Cyberpunk, it just doesn't have any of that. I have no interest in it.
Well, it's possible you just didn't get to that part of it.
I am more attracted to the aesthetics of Cyberpunk than I am Skyrim and Witcher.
Yeah.
But I feel like
So then the question becomes: okay, CD Projekt Red versus Bethesda, Cyberpunk or Fallout?
Well, it's Fallout every day, isn't it?
Well, that's right, because Fallout's the best. Amen,
Yeah.
brother.
Fallout every.
Suck it.
I just think that they I don't know, they missed the mark. They dropped the ball. Like everything about Cyberpunk is just. Nah,
Do you know what's kind of interesting? And I still, for once, we kind of got something right at EGX. Because we went to watch the live playthrough
We got bored.
of Cyberpunk, and we all came out and were like, ooh.
Yeah, but to be fair, I still haven't edited that footage, and we probably would have gone, yeah, it looks great, but it was just boring.
No, we didn't, though. We didn't. We came out, and I remember us all saying that, ooh, I wasn't that impressed. I'm not so sure about it. I'm not sure whether it's going to be good or not in the end.
Yeah,
So who knew? We were actually kind of right for once.
Yeah, yeah. It's no, I've got other games that I'd rather play. You know, I just yeah. Nix21 in the chat says I absolutely love Cyberpunk. First game I've 100%ed in ages. I guess it's scratching it. So the balls to the lot of you.
I didn't say though. I did say I did enjoy it still, but God, it was broken.
Balls, 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 balls.
That's the credits.
You're welcome.
That's
Brilliant.
the credits to the game.
Before we move on to the shout outs and stuff, I just want to mention I watched a movie last night.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Now,
was
I have
it
to say-
Ready Player One? Because that's what we watched.
It wasn't strictly legal. Okay.
Uh-oh.
But if you have a way of watching this, it was. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I'm gonna give a description here and see if you can guess what movie it was. It's only come
Okay.
out this year in March, so it's very new.
Okay.
It's very new.
Parasite.
No, the
Black Panther.
movie. Shut up. The movie is a cross between Home Alone and John Wick. Is the best way
I
to
do know
describe
what
this.
this is. I do know what this is.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No,
Balls.
it came
the
out in
movie. I
March.
don't know. I don't
It
know
has
movies that came
links. It has links to Breaking Bad.
So people are doing meth.
Not story wise, but in the main actor. In this
Brian.
movie.
Bryan
Is
Cranston.
it Brian?
No,
Aaron?
no.
Aaron. What the fuck?
He's got a
The guy who
spin-off
plays his
series.
son?
He's got a spin-off series of
Oh,
his
is
own.
it-
David Cronenberg.
No.
Bob
No, it's
Odenkirk.
it's Better Call Saul. Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah. Well, he's
Mr.
in a
Show.
movie. You may or may not have heard it. It's called, that is correct, Nix21, called Nobody.
Nobody.
Okay.
Never heard
And
of
it
it.
is
Nobody.
Absolutely brilliant. I love it. And Christopher Lloyd's in it.
No.
Back to the Future link there.
Christopher
for you,
Lloyd?
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
And he's a brilliant character in it. The film, honestly,
Why'd you have to watch it illegally?
because there's no way of watching it legally unless you go to the pictures in June. So I ain't going to be doing that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
There's a lot of movies queued up. Have you seen? I went on the cinema website, and there's like all these movies are just backed up, like
Yeah.
like the canal. you know, all these movies are backed up like all those boats were in the canal.
Yeah, they
and
are.
there's one movie with Ryan Reynolds. Have you seen this movie? I saw a trailer for this movie before the lockdown one, before, like 2020, January 2020, and I was like, oh, that looks like a good movie. And Ryan Reynolds plays an NPC in a GTA-like game that doesn't know that he's in a video game,
I do
and then he
remember
realizes
this.
that he's
Yeah, I
in
heard
it.
about that.
And I was like, oh, that seems like a fun, like, that could be a fun movie. And like, it just hasn't come out. And I was like, wow, like I can't believe that has not come out yet. So, and then there's like a Fast and the Furious game movie coming out. I haven't seen any of those, but there's all these movies that are just backed up. The only one that came out last year really was Tenet, wasn't it? That was the only one.
Yeah, Tenet.
Tenet.
But yeah, Nobody. Massive thumbs up. It's only an hour and a half, but it's just the fighting in it is just brilliant.
Cool.
It's absolutely, and he's just such a brilliant character.
Bob Odenkirk.
Yep.
Better Call Saul.
Have you ever seen Mr. Show, Chinny? I think you'd like Mr.
I
Show. It's a
I know
sketch
of
show.
it. I know that's
Yeah.
why
They have
Vince.
some-
That's like
They have
that's.
some excellent sketches.
And I know his partner is in.
David Cross.
He's in what's that show that he's in? That
Arrested
everybody-
Development.
Yes, I don't like really Arrested Development. I don't think it's that great, but
Well, it's hit and miss. The fourth season is terrible. So the first three seasons.
yeah,
Of the
I was watching it and I don't really enjoy Jason Bateman in it. I don't.
It's a particular kind of show, and like I don't know. The last time I did a run through, I wasn't as in love with it, but I don't know. It has its charm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the new Bond movie has been backed up like a year.
Yeah, that's October now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
October,
mad.
really.
Like,
And Scream
all these-
5, that's coming out at some point in it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a few decent movies. Gonna
Daniel
come out
Craig
later
needs
in
to
the-
nip it in the bud now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's a bit old now, isn't he?
Idris, come on, make it Idris.
No, everybody says,
Yes.
"Oh, Idris is going to be the next one." It's always a
You
nobody.
don't want him to
Mind
be Bond
you,
because you're racist.
That's
let's
right.
be honest. Let's be honest.
When was the
Idris
last
is
time you
getting-
did something nice for a black person? Never. That's what.
Well,
Idris is getting
Idris,
on a bit now,
Idris,
isn't he?
yeah,
He's not
Idris
a
isn't
young-
a
he's not a
spring
young-
chicken, you know.
Yeah, ain't no spring
Oh,
chicken.
why? Why does that matter?
You know.
But Idris is in a movie.
Sean Connery.
Idris is in a movie called Concrete Cowboy. Have you heard of this movie?
Yeah, I saw
Yes.
the previews for that.
Yeah,
I'm
it looks
curious.
pretty good.
That looks good. He's got the kid from Stranger Things in it as well, so I want to watch
Yeah,
that.
That
but,
looks pretty cool.
I don't know, movies, man. We just
Movies.
all I've been
All
watching
right,
is
are we? Yeah.
Line of Duty.
Yeah, let's do some shout outs anyway.
You know, yeah, Ready Player One's a good movie. It's not great. It's I thought they had so many possibilities for that moment when they meet up.
I
in
haven't seen
person.
it.
Spoilers. Oh, all right, never mind. Sorry.
Haven't seen it.
Whatever.
All right. No, not whatever. I don't want to give spoilers.
Yeah,
I should have given a
spoilers.
warning.
From
All
movies
right.
that came
Anyway,
out
let's
about
do some
3
shout
years
outs.
ago.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Yeah.
Shout
I'm gonna
So-
shout out the Essex Magnet Man.
Yes.
I
Magnet
watched.
Man.
I watched about 4 or 5 of his videos in full length, which they're not
Yeah.
short videos, you know.
No, some are
And,
about 15,
Like
20
it's
minutes,
just
aren't
him
they?
in his car with his mate, and I think his daughter's in the back sometimes or whatever. So yeah, today we're gonna go to this fucking swamp or whatever. And you're like, and it's in some swamp in the middle of some estate. You're like, what the fuck are they gonna find there? And they throw a big bastard magnet in, and just drag out a pistol or whatever. And you're like, wow, that's so cool. And they drag up a lot of shit as well. They drag up like scooters and bikes and nonsense, but now and again they drag up like some cool stuff. He's got a cool YouTube channel. It's just called Essex Magnet Hunters.
Yeah, it's
So,
easy to find.
yeah,
It's
put that
very
into
easy to
YouTube.
find.
Give him a little subscribe and watch some of his videos. Very good. So thanks for that. That's my shout out.
Well, I'm going to shout out you, of course, Ginny, and Lewis and Susan and XJ Ryder for all the help in Minecraft in building my new gaff
Yeah.
that I'm never
Wow.
actually really going to be in. But, you know, it looks cool. It's just going to be cool when it's done. So thank you very much for all the help.
Yeah, yeah. We're
and
gonna,
assistance.
I'll be trickling in through the week. So if you are going to be,
I
in
will
the
be on
Minecraft
and off.
server-
It's these.
By the way,
thing about Minecraft is
when
you
I'm
can
in,
just
I'm
jump
going to be in the Discord chat. By the way.
Yeah.
So if you see me in Minecraft or in the Discord chat, jump in.
And it's quick. It loads very quickly. It doesn't take a lot of time to get into it. You're in it in very quick time.
I wonder if I'm still in it. I don't know.
Yeah. Duke, over to you.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody who commented on my thing about jumping over the bridge. Whatever. That's nobody here. But I'm looking through my Twitter mentions, and it's all like, shut up. And it's weird. Sometimes I'll comment on things, and like, just because of the fact that it became more viral, the thing I'm responding to, like 100 people are like commenting on what I wrote. I'm like, dude, leave me alone. It's just a silly little joke I made. Anyway, yeah, shouting out GH Rocker, Crinkle Crusher, right? Yeah, and shout out Chris Williams because he retweeted me about a thing, and everybody who's listening and watching, SLH for taking care of our Discord, and all the people who've been playing on Minecraft, XJ Ryder, and all the people who are in the chat, Derek Sainz and Jason Galahar for writing in all the time, and Jacinta for the speak pipes. Yay!
Her name is Jacinta.
And yeah, everybody who's part of the VG Hub community and veteran gamers audience, thank you so much for being involved. We love having people in the mix with us. This is so much more fun to do it when there's people around and communicating and joining in the chat. Yeah, so we just keep getting better and better, people. And also, obviously, the Duchess for riding around on the awesome, huge mower. And yeah, just being a rock star.
I'm wandering around the Minecraft server, and I just found FNK's base. I remember he was very proud of that, so shout out to Kev for his base. Lovely stuff.
There you go.
Lovely stuff. Is that it?
That's it. I think we're done.
That's a show.
Thanks, people.
If you like this podcast, there is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net. And on there, you find a bunch of links to other video game podcasts similar in vein to ours, but different in the way they're delivered. Some have all kinds of sound effects.
Are for old people.
Some talk about
Too many, some
RPGs.
people say.
Come on, now. Some might say that.
No one says that.
Then of course you have links to great forums.
You don't have any other friends.
So check it out, VGHub.net. It is a great starting point for your podcast discovery.
And don't forget, people, send us memories of Gary, pictures and recollections so we can put them in our memorial page.
Forget about the
Condescending crap playing a game.
Welcome, please, enormous genitals.
There you go. Chinny, can I have a question?
Yeah.
So how much does this Minecraft thing cost then?
I think it's about $6.99 a month.
All right, okay.
So I've given 1 month. Bongo's paid for a couple of months. So
I haven't seen Bongo in it. Has he been in it since?
I don't think so. I think he just likes giving to the cause, doesn't he?
Oh man, I should say that I was playing it online, and I was waiting for a DI event this past week, and I was like, I put in the chat like, hey, I'll be doing this, and I'll be on the voice chat if anyone wants to jump in. And then Fraser wanted to watch me streaming it, and he accidentally joined the voice channel. So he's like, shit, now I got to talk to Duke. So shout out to him as well. And XJ Ryder was on, so we hung out together a little bit, and he showed me your house, I guess. And then you were showing up, Stu, didn't you?
I did. I popped in very quickly
that's
for
right.
a little bit.
That's right. Yeah. And then I had to run.
Yeah, and that, like I said, that's a good thing about Minecraft. You can just pop in and pop out again.
Pop it in, pop it out.
Pop it in, pop it out. So there you go. Right, I've got to go, guys.
Yeah, I got to finish grading these papers.
Yeah.
But thank you both.
Yeah, thank you as always.
Thanks everybody in the chat.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you, Chinny.
No problem.
All right, mate. I will speak.
Have a great
to
week,
you all.
everybody.
Yeah, speak to you all next week.
Yeah. Peace.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. How do I get in this thing? Don't know. I don't know. think this is FNK's thing, right? Don't know how to... Oh, it's here. Ahaha. Oof. I think it's like a spawner or something. He's working on something. Or he was. Till he wasn't. I don't see any door. Oof. This is a mess. Just mine's any which way. I'm gonna get lost under here, so. I'm not sure. Where this leads, really? Oh yeah, I think I did all that. Put all my eggs in one basket. I think I'm better in the stream.